to the grand finals of Season 3. We have two European Titans here fighting for the title. For the first time in RLCS history, the host nation will not be taking home the title. It will be Europe. It's just a matter of who, Carpet.
And I smell a little bit of vengeance. Mystic got dropped from Northern Gaming just last season, and I know that even from his interview, he was saying, like, hey, I'm finally getting a bit of recognition now that I'm not in the shadow of Remco and Maestro, and Maestro's not even here. Remco's been doing it without his buddy. That pair kind of became iconic in the Europe scene. They were always runner-up. They have finally broken through the barrier of third place. They are now at least in second place, but they have at least a double bracket reset in front of them.
Northern Gaming, one of our dynasties here. There were so many question marks around them coming into this LAN. Would they be able to perform with the sub Turbo Pulsa? And they have done exactly that. They have gotten so far in this tournament. They are going to be one of the most consistent teams in all of RLCS history, finishing third in the first two seasons and second at least here, if not first, if not being your grand champion. But on the other side, Mocket Esports, a team so many have doubted for the entirety of the season. Gibbs has had their back the whole way. Can they do it against Northern Gaming, the dynasty from Europe? It will be Mocket in the blue, Northern Gaming in the orange. Get up and get loud, Wiltern. It's game day. Let's go find ourselves a champion. It'll be Turbo Pulsa and Kadoff off the kickoff. Remco wins it out first. Can he get the early goal? Northern Gaming strikes first.
Setting the pace immediately. We see a heavy cheat from Remco. He goes right up the moment it dies. Mystic went left, Remco went left. Favored Remco heavily. And now we see Northern Gaming taking an immediate lead.
Northern Gaming over Mocket in 3 seconds. He used all of his boost, just laid it on, hit the ball, and they've got the lead. Northern Gaming to see if they can extend it to 2 right here. Devo puts it in. Northern Gaming looking like the team that just knocked out NRG, up 2-0 right now over Mocket.
11 seconds in, 2 goals up right now, looking great for Northern, but they have quite a hill in front of them. They have to win at minimum 8 games to be able to take this home, but they're starting off on a good foot.
This is double elimination, and Mocket coming through the upper bracket only has to win 1 best-of-7. Since they have never lost, they have to lose twice to be defeated. Northern Gaming with their work cut out for them, but if anybody can do it, it's the boys in blue, Remco and Devo. Passing this one out across the field, Turbo Pulsa over to the side. Now Devo will follow it up in the air, looking to drop it towards the net, but cleared away by Mocket. Remco on the retreat. Turbo Pulsa set up in net. Kadoff takes the shot. Mystic in with a finish. He does not make contact. It'll be Devo who is in the corner, who is able to try popping it up. Leave it for Remco. Fairy Peak, though, on the wall, creating a lot of good interference. This will extend the offensive here for Mocket. Can Mystic get there in time? He'll put it to the goal. It'll bounce off the post, and it'll go out. Mocket stays scoreless.
That must hurt. What a fantastic play from Mocket Esports. Fairy Peak in the corner to try and push that out, but Mystic was unable to get that tight angle, but they have kept this pressure on.
Devo rotating back. Kadoff comes up in the midfield, takes a shot towards the net. There's Devo with the block. He'll drop it towards the net. Mystic catches it in the midfield. Mocket keeping his offensive going for a while now here in game number 1. Kadoff will put it on the backboard. Remco with the follow-up. Mystic lurking in the midfield. He's circled 3 or 4 times, just looking for an opportunity. He'll go up, he'll put it in. Mocket's on the board.
That contest right there is what made it Fairy Peak trying to go up for this. Remco did get a touch, but it actually ended up putting Turbo in an awful spot. It was unfortunate for him, but Mystic still keeping his head aware, trying to pay attention to the field, goes in to secure the goal.
Yeah, Mystic doing that Cookser lurk in the middle of the field, just circling around, waiting for an opportunity, sees his opportunity and strikes. Mocket Esports now on the board. Only a 1-goal game here. DFH. Kadoff will go up over the top of his teammate. Devo meets him in the air and drops it to Turbo, who passes to Remco. Shot onto the backboard. Devo up for the finish. Drops it bottom corner. It's 3-1 Northern Gaming.
Even with a double commitment, they don't get punished for this. Devo and Turbo going up for this. The nice trap from Turbo. He thought he could have had it. He actually may have still gotten a good touch, but Devo had the angle for the hard cut to the bottom.
3:10 left to go. An exciting first few minutes here of game number 1. 4 goals already scored in our grand finals. Remco with the carry. Is this going to go all the way? No, Mystic pops it up, but this is still in a dangerous position. Turbo pulls it, drops it into the box, and Kadoff clears it away. Now Remco back out to Devo, taking the shot off the crossbar. Turbo pulls it in with the finish. Northern Gaming is toying with Mocket in game number 1.
7 shots, 4 goals. They're in complete control. You can see that first shot from Devo forcing Fairy Peak to try and make an attempt at that save. The crossbar shots are so hard. You don't want to let them bounce, and you might even be a little unconfident if it's going in. He tried to make the save, couldn't get there in time, left the net wide open.
Maka Gaming looking completely flustered here right now. But again, remember, they have 2 series to get this figured out. If they will drop this first best of 7 and then win it in the second one, they'll do it. But game number 1, it's not even across halftime, and it already looks over, Carpet.
All right, well, this looks interesting. But we did see Maka Esports lose heavily to NRG in the first game, 6-0 in the first game, and they brought it back without even thinking about it. Immediately the second game, they start to come back. So I will not be surprised to see if this does not predict how the rest of the series goes.
K-Dub will play this one over the top of Turbo Pulse to take it towards the net. Devo in place will get the save. Fairy Peak will try to continue the offensive with the lateral clear. Remco now towards Devo. Driving it onto the pitch. Mystic now. Back down. Fairy Peak and K-Dub in support. 3-man offensive right now for Mocket. Down by 4. Might as well. Turbo and Remco able to push it back into the blue corner. 3 men fall back for Mocket. Fairy Peak to put it high. Mystic in with a follow-up. He and Fairy Peak up there together. At K-Dub as well. 3 players in the air. Remco will get the save. Savior medal there for the veteran player, the team captain of Northern Gaming. Devo to take the save again. Pounding shot after shot right now are Mocket, but nothing more, nothing that Northern Gaming can't handle right now.
They have 8 shots, but they just can't seem to find the back of the net. They're working in pairs. Mystic, can he find K-Dub? He does, but Turbo will interrupt.
So much pressure. Great passing right now from Mocket, but the defense of Northern Gaming running like a well-oiled machine. As one player moves out, the next one comes in, and it's always somebody in the way. Remco right there as Fairy Peak took another shot. So many shots right now for Mocket, but only 1 goal to show for it. Fairy Peak in the back. Lofting this high, K-Dub up to try and finish it. Takes a shot towards the net again. Excellent placement, but Remco in the way. I'll play this one out to Devo. So much time this ball is spinning right now on the orange with no goals to show for it. As the final minute approaches, Northern Gaming has to be feeling good about game number 1.
Only some threat coming from these Mocket pushes. Northern Gaming seem confident and in control. Even when they're retreating, they're still playing solid defense.
Remco and Devo over on the side. Fairy Peak taking the shot. There, Mystic there towards the net. Remco will block it away. And the question is, what does Mocket Gaming need to do against Northern Gaming? I believe some physical play could really help, because right now they have to be able to break up the defensive rotations. Northern Gaming is making no mistakes on defense. They are saving absolutely everything that Mocket is throwing at the net. They have to find a way to interrupt that.
It is really difficult for Mocket to starve them on boost, but you are right. I think some bumps would help, but again, you're dedicating a lot of players when you go for demolition. Turbo Pulsa, another one. What is happening to Mocket right now?
21 seconds. Northern Gaming could make a statement here with a Brazil in game number 1. Man, I wish I knew for certain that we'd never had a Brazil in the grand finals. I want to say we never have. I don't remember one, but I don't want to second guess myself. We might get one here in game number 1. What a stylish way to start off would that be? K-Dub will play this one into the middle. Remco in the air. Down to the side, Devo into the middle. He's gonna try and finish it off. Final 10 seconds. Get to Brazil. Turbo Pulse's shot will just go off the top of K-Dub. He'll block it away. Devo has the opportunity. Turbo Pulse lurking in the middle. You know they want it. They're trying to go for it, but Fairy Peak will shut it down. Can Remco get there? No, they'll drop that one onto the ground. Brazil avoided. Northern Gaming, though, still takes game number 1.
6-1, but like I said, just as we saw against NRG, Mocket lost the first game 6-0. Even worse than that, and they still came back and took it without any kind of falter in the next games following. So, Northern Gaming now, they still have to bracket reset. Again, they came from the lower bracket. This team has a much larger fight ahead of them, but they seem in so much control. Mocket Esports did put a lot of shots on, but like you said, they're not able to starve them out on boost, and with no bumps and no physical play, although we did see a couple of attempts, but they didn't really connect, then it's just leaving Northern Gaming to play defense, which clearly they're doing well.
They're doing very well. K-Dub and company, they're able to put up 11 shots onto the net, and only one of them resulting in the goal. Perfection on defense from Northern Gaming here in game number 1. So we'll see what they're able to do here in game 2. I think this game 2 will be very, very telling. As we said with the series against NRG, there's too many NG teams in this league, right? NRG took game number 1 6-0, and then game number 2 so much closer, went into overtime, and we saw Mocket pull off the win. If Maka is able to bounce back here after this loss, again, we're going to have a crazy 2 series on our hands.
We really are. And just a friendly reminder, remember, Turbo Pulsa is a substitute. He is the substitute for Northern Gaming, and they only used him in their final game in the regional playoffs, in the 3rd place game, which they lost. So the fact that he's been able to fit so well, here they are in the finals. He helped bring Northern Gaming farther than they've ever come at LAN. They've only made it to 3rd place, and here they are 1 step further. Can they finalize it out? Will they be our grand champions?
If Northern Gaming is able to become the grand champions, that'll mean that 2 out of the 3 seasons of RLCS has had a sub contribute to the winning of the grand championship. As game number 2 gets set, Northern Gaming on the defense. K-Dop trying to make the clutch solo plays in front of the net, does not connect. Turbo Pulsa will clear, but Fairy Peak now in. Devo over to the side, Remco to follow. Get it past Mystic, lofted high, he and Devo trying to move up together. It'll be Fairy Peak in the air. Does not connect, Turbo Pulsa again. Able to clear it away, and now Devo up to the corner. Mystic over the top of him, over the top of Remco as well. Just Turbo Pulsa in the back, Mystic with support. He'll take the shot, Turbo Pulsa plays it back up high. Fairy Peak in to try and finish, drops it down, cleared. Devo gets the save and will stay scoreless in the 1st minute.
Fairy Peak came alive in the NRG series, and it seems that he is keeping that. I can't even think, sorry. I completely just lost my words. Too busy watching this game.
Dude, words are hard. Games are amazing. Fairy Peak into the side. Devo into the corner now. Single alternating touches right now on each side. That means it goes back and forth a lot. Mystic will get the save and K-Dop the clear. Now Mystic up to K-Dop. See Devo interrupt. Keep that ball in the blue. Got it past Fairy Peak. The defense from Northern Gaming, even when it was a 1v2, Turbo Pulsa makes the play he needs to. Fairy Peak comes in, makes a clutch shot, and Devo makes the save.
Look at the midfield passing, or just the midfield interceptions from Northern Gaming. They're constantly there, and it's making sure that Maka is unable to follow up their own passes.
Devo now have an opportunity. Turbo Pulsa will come in and take a shot. Mystic upper corner, cleared away. Now Devo to continue to wrap this one around. So much pressure being applied by Northern Gaming. You see Turbo Pulsa lurking at the midfield. Not rotating back far. Always keeping that pressure on, getting those midfield boosts, going up for their own corner boosts, using the boost starving strategies. This one will drop down, Remco with an opportunity. He'll get chased out by Mystic, bumps him away, back passes. I should just loft instead. Remco will try to move forward. It'll be K-Dop back over the top of the team captain. K-Dop, Mystic on the side, looking for the pass. He'll just take the shot instead. On the backboard, nobody home. Fairy Peak will drop this one through, and Mocket strikes first.
2 going for it, and this is the counterattack that we saw them pulling against NRG. K-Dop forcing Devo out. Turbo taking out Remco himself. There was a bit of a lapse in judgment.
Yep.
2 going for that save, when in reality you should have let 1. Remco probably shouldn't have stopped in the middle, maybe let Turbo come from the back with momentum, and he took his spot. But either way, Mocket will take the first goal of game number 2.
Great way to play for Mocket here. They finally see a chink in the armor of Northern Gaming's defense, and they immediately capitalize on it, now with the lead here at halftime in game number 2. Remco, can he do this by himself? He draws up 2, the savior coming out for Fairy Peak. 3 saves already in this game. Turbo Pulsa is going to have to play this one smart, but Fairy Peak's shot goes wide. Dodged the bullet. It was excellent coverage from Turbo Pulsa as well. Remco on the wall, misses this. Devo on the midfield, pops it high, buying Turbo Pulsa some time, but they need to fall back quickly. So the sub will move up, get the clear. Fall into the 2 position as Remco moves up to challenge. That'll be Devo sweeping in. Send it to Turbo Pulsa. Soft touches from both of the Northern Gaming players, and now Remco downfield. Turbo Pulsa looking for a shot, and it'll transition over to Mocket's control here. They'll push up, see if they can extend their lead.
Tuesday Fairy Peak staying back, trying to contest when he knows he can, but he did just get outplayed by Devo in the corner, and now it's looking dangerous for Mocket.
Mystic with the dribble plays. Remco to back pass. Devo misses and going all the way into the corner. Remco moves for a boost instead of going straight to net. This opens up the goal, but Mystic not able to gain ball control. We'll just back pass. We'll see some resets on both sides. Ball at midfield. Remco in the air, following through. 50-50 drops onto the goal line, or onto the midfield line. Devo takes the shot, and Mystic gets the save. So many saves right now on both sides of the ball. As Fairy Peak puts it back out to midfield.
Mystic has no boost. There's not much he can do from here. They're getting starved right now. Devo just took the corner and a pass to the middle.
Is he going to steal this one as well? He does. The boost starvation continues here. from Northern Gaming, keeping this pressure on, exactly what they need, but with 1 minute remaining in game 2, still down by 1. Northern Gaming has yet to find the back of the net. TurboPulse looking for the pass to Remco. Mystic still there, able to clear that one away, and they'll be able to move out and reset onto offense. This is exactly what Mocket wants. They want to be up and keeping the ball in enemy territory. Do not allow Northern Gaming to have any opportunities to tie this game up. See if they can tie up this series here. TurboPulse taking a shot high. Remco, the follow through. Can he drop it in? No, it'll go wide, and Fairy Peak will carry it away from Devo. He puts it back into the corner, and TurboPulse rotates in. He'll go to take the shot. Devo, oh, there was no one in goal. TurboPulse could have shot, but it does not connect on anything. We're still a 1-goal game with 15 seconds. Devo trying to make the carry, but K-Dop over to the side. Now TurboPulse into the middle. Devo just has to let it roll, but Fairy Peak, oh, he needed to touch it just a little bit, maybe off the hood of his car. 4 seconds remaining. Fairy Peak will flick this one high, puts it all the way into the orange corner. They're gonna make this as hard as they can. It'll touch the ground. Mocket Esports ties up the finals.
1-1 now in the series. Mocket Esports barely keeping that 1-goal lead. 2 opportunities completely missed by Northern Gaming, which is both good and bad. It's bad because, one, you missed. Yep. But it's good because that means that's a pretty easy thing to fix right now. You're not fixing major positional mistakes, and you're not fixing major decisions. Small little mechanics that we know these players are capable of. It's a matter of keeping your cool and being able to take the shot.
And after game number 1, Mocket able to have a completely different game. This is exactly what we saw with NRG. We had them get beat there 6-1, and then they come back 1-0. Such a slow, methodical game here, capitalizing on a single defensive mistake, and we see Mocket tying up the series. And remember, for Mocket, this is a 1-series win right now. If they take 4 games, they are the RLCS champions. For Northern Gaming, though, they're gonna have to do it twice.
I think confidence is playing huge. Fairy Peak, this is his debut here at RLCS. Just altogether, even in league play, here he is now almost, he's like 1 spot away at least from being the grand champion. But at the same time, he asked for the interview, and I was joking with him a bit backstage right before we casted Mocket and NRG, and I was like, hey, it's gonna be a fun game 5 game, right? You're gonna give us some exciting stuff? And he's like, nah, man, 3-0, we're gonna take this. So he's so confident, even though this is his first time here, not just at the RLCS, but here on stage in front of an audience with so many viewers, and he's still performing so well.
Can the rookie help his team do his part to carry them to victory? Mocket's looking for their first RLCS championship. After being so close last season, they'll try to do it again here. The entirely new roster of Fairy Peak, K-Dop, and Mystic. Remco downfield. Devo on the side. K-Dop and Fairy Peak now trying to push through into the orange. They'll get it across. But Devo with the hard clear. Mystic back down into the corner. A miss from Fairy Peak on the rotation. Devo lofting this one high, and Fairy Peak will be able to get it out of goal. What a long clear. He's going to try and drop this one through. It drops down in front of K-Dop. It goes off the post, and TurboPulse will let that one rotate. Devo moves out quickly. Mocket keeping the offensive going for a moment before they fall back. Now we'll see Northern Gaming on offense.
What an awesome threat to put up in the first 30 seconds. Mystic confidently going up, nearly placing that into the top corner.
Devo high in the air. K-Dop gets there first. And Fairy Peak, 2 50-50s, one out entirely by Mocket squad. The bump onto Remco. Great positioning, great setup there by Fairy Peak. Just no one applying enough pressure to put it through. Mystic shot, a beamer, but TurboPulse is there. This one's gonna go wide, and Remco will pick it up on his hood. Gets demoed on the wall by Mystic. This opens up so much space for K-Dop to move forward, but Devo immediately filling in Remco's shoes on the backboard. They'll be able to gain ball control. He's looking for Turbo. He sees him, knows he has options, but Fairy Peak, so much support behind him, can tackle outright, and this gives ball control right back to Mocket.
Oh, Fairy Peak tried to demo ball, Turbo, but he was still able to get the save somehow.
Mystic had the opportunity, not pull it all the way through. Now Remco, Devo. Devo moving up in the 1 position. Bounces over the top of him. Mystic tries to push it through Remco, but he'll put it back up onto the side. Now TurboPulse lurking at the bottom, trying to go up a Fairy Peak. Intercepts. Such a short pass to intercept as well. He'll get that one through all 3 players. Remco rotates in and wins out that 50-50. But now Devo, not a lot of support. Ball drop back in midfield. There's Remco to Devo. They've got this one in a good spot here. TurboPulse airborne to try and drop it back in the box. It'll drop straight down in between 2 Mocket players. TurboPulse pushes it out. Where's Devo? He comes in from the side, takes the shot. It bounces off the crossbar. Remco in the air to try and finish it off. TurboPulse in with the follow-up, but nobody else able to make the contact they need. Will stay scoreless, Carpet.
They still have control, though. Remco wants to push this towards the net, but he follows it just a little bit too much to the left.
Devo, shot towards net. Mystic with the block. Trying to carry this one through. Pass one, Turbo Pulse over the top. Fairy Peak back out to K-Dop. Pass up to Mystic, shot towards the net. Quick transition from Maka, it'll drop into the box. Fairy Peak back out towards K-Dop. Remco will get the save. K-Dop over the top, uncontested. Devo to Remco. Fairy Peak to play this one high. Turbo Pulse continues to follow it, looking for Devo in the middle. He'll put it off the backboard. K-Dop able to get it off the bounce. Gets demoed for his efforts. 2 minutes remaining after a brilliant shootout. Just like so many goals, 7 goals scored in game number 1. We've had 1 goal scored across 2 games so far.
Watch how Maka starts to clear from their own half, always working in pairs. Mystic actually getting bumped by Turbo up to help Fairy Peak. But they always try and come out as a pair because they know that going alone they'll always get contested and they may lose the 50-50.
Okay, up into the box. Mystic looking for an opportunity. Sharking into midfield again. Fairy Peak moves up, takes the shot. It bounces off the crossbar and out. Devo now on the wall to try and set this one out, but nobody moving up to pick it up immediately off of his touch. Now Remco out to Turbo Pulse. So there's a good pass, but interrupted by Mocket. Dropped back onto the hood of Devo. What a read from the defensive position to try and move this one back out, and Remco will get it past Fairy Peak. It drops onto the midfield line. No one really with a solid opportunity to score just yet. Approaching the final minute is going to be a silver goal game again.
Both teams need to be careful of how they clear as well. Clearing placement is so important right now. You don't want to just give up possession to your opponents. A demolition from Remco.
Do it. He drops into the box. K-Dop's there. Turbo Pulse misses, but Remco, no, it's Devo again. He misses again. So many opportunities, but not able to push it through. Remco had rotated back on defense. You do not want the breakaway to be the difference maker here in game 3. 3 players stacked up there in the corner for Northern Gaming. Turbo gets it past 1 and past Mystic here. This is a good opportunity as K-Dop tries to rotate quickly to help his teammate Fairy Peak. But 30 seconds remaining here. And what is going to happen? Any team could take it here in regulation. We might go to overtime 0-0. Turbo pulls in, trying to get it from Mystic. Cannot get it through. With 18 seconds left, Devo takes a shot. Remco up, applying pressure here at the end. Go big or go home. They're going to try and put it all the way through. Turbo Pulse's shot will pinch off. Devo now onto the backboard once more. Defensive positioning from Mystic. Drops towards K-Dop. Just playing keep away. Do not allow this to cross the net. Remco with a great setup. Devo in the air. Onto the backboard once more. Where's Turbo Pulse? He's not there to be able to put it through immediately. It'll drop, and we'll have overtime in game 3.
Will accuracy be the plague that shuts down Northern Gaming? We've seen so many opportunities just go to the sides, to the top, just a little bit off. They're not able to finalize a lot of these shots that they've been taking.
That's 2 games in a row that we've seen them just barely not be able to score the goal they need. Can they do it right here in overtime? Devo with the shot. Fairy Peak up to make the save. On the back heels, doesn't matter. He keeps the game going. Next goal wins. Turbo pulls it out. Devo in the midfield, but K-Dop will send it away. Now bouncing back down. Remco onto the backboard. Devo already upfield. He's out of boost and he'll fall back. But that threat meant that Fairy Peak felt he needed to clear, and Turbo Pulse is able to keep the pressure going. Northern Gaming still with ball control in enemy territory. Come up behind Fairy Peak, back towards the goal. K-Dop needs to get there. He's not going to touch it. Turbo Pulse, in the most inopportune of goals, makes it happen, and Northern Gaming wins game 3.
And that's just a result of boost starving. You saw Mystic, Fairy Peak, and K-Dop struggling to pick up anything. They were coming so far out of their half just to pick up some kind of boost. And now Northern Gaming give themselves a 1-game advantage in the first series.
I think it was really interesting. The end of that game, you saw Remco put it onto the backboard and it bounces back down towards the rest of Maka Esports. Northern Gaming Devo is up in the box, and Fairy Peak feels like he has to clear hard because Devo's positioning threat. Devo actually falls back, he's out of boost, doesn't want it. But because he clears it like that, Turbo Pulse is able to move up and keep the pressure on. That play gave Northern Gaming the win here. They now lead by 1 game in our first best of 7.
And if you can keep yourself in your opponent's half, you can take all the boost in the world, and that's why a lot of times we see these shots and these long drives of aggression are what slowly break these teams down. You just want to dismantle the defense. You take shot after shot after shot. They're either going to make a defensive mistake or they're going to eventually not have enough boost to start dealing with the stuff that you're throwing their way.
We had 12 shots total in this game. Only 1 goal to show for it. So much defense on both of these teams right now. Really playing the turtle game, really trying. We even saw Northern Gaming pressing up having their third be positioned at the midfield line, being as aggressive as they can, going for the boost starving plays, it ultimately works for them. But even given that super offensive style of play, Mocket Esports did such a good job keeping them out of the net, only losing that game by 1. And game 4 will move back on the Manfield. And we will see, can Mocket tie this one back up? In game 4 of our first best of 7 of the grand finals. Mocket takes the win in this best of 7. It's all over. If Northern Gaming can do it, we'll go to a second series. We saw it last season with Flipside coming from the lower bracket, beating Mocket twice in the grand finals to take the title. Mocket will look to get revenge, see if they can do that this time. Mystic just wanting to get revenge on his teammates from Northern Gaming, who dropped him after last season. There's a shot onto their net, but Devo puts it high.
Nice drop from Fairy Peak.
It was Devo, the player that replaced Mystic, blocking out Mystic's shot. Just across the field, Devo upfield now. Turbo Pulsa does not make contact. Ball makes it all the way into the blue corner. Get up with a lot of space, we'll try to move it forward, but Devo intercepts in the midfield, back up on the wall. Now Mystic back down. Turbo Pulsa shooting through the defenders. Fairy Peak's there, he'll be able to play that one away. Remco to try and set this one around. Offside, Devo, opportunity again. Every opportunity it seems right now that Northern Gaming has turns into a 50-50. The positioning from Mocket, breaking up every offensive opportunity. Even though the ball is spending so much time in the blue right now, there have really not been that many opportunities to score. Turbo Pulsa will let this one drop down. Now Mystic out to the wall. Remco's there. Again, it's been about a minute and a half. The ball has barely even crossed into the orange. Northern Gaming applying so much pressure to Mocket. Turbo Pulsa will wrap that one around. Mystic, Remco up to take a shot. K-Dop's there. He'll be able to play it away, but Devo now in to take the shot. That one will do it. The demo on Fairy Peak seals the deal, and Northern Gaming scores.
Northern Gaming's been waiting for the opportunity. You see the weak clear from K-Dop, and Remco decides to take out the second goalie while he's at it. Mocket's been doing a great job of stacking net. What's the best way to deal with it? Just blow one of them up.
And the midfield defense, nearly 2 minutes of offense here from Northern Gaming in game number 4. Finally, the ball will touch the orange backboard, and Devo will try to clear it away, but Mystic has other ideas. They want to tie it back up. It's dropped in front of an empty net. K-Dop will shoot. Oh, it was so close. Devo came flying, and it doesn't matter. We got a tie game.
Curious to know what happened here, but Turbo and Remco both went up for the save previous to that. Devo had no choice. Surprised he went up for that, knowing that Fairy Peak could either try and make the hard cut in the angle. Chances are he's not going to make that shot, so he's going to hit the backboard. Fairy Peak, good luck guessing where he's going to hit it. So you probably wanted to stay on the ground and take it from that, but either way, he was stuck in a really bad position.
He actually made the right decision too, trying to go for the mid-goal shot, mid-goal block rather. Does not make contact, very, very difficult shot to block. Turbo Pulsa going to carry this one off the ceiling. Passes back down in the midfield, Remco now onto the backboard. After 2 minutes of offense, we saw Northern Gaming score, and then it only took like 15 seconds of offense from Mocket to tie it back up. Mystic going to try and extend that here, see if they can get the lead here in game 4. Turbo Pulsa lurking at the midfield. Remco had to rotate. They'll come back into the middle. Now Mystic off the walls. Turbo Pulsa shot towards net. Fairy Peak with the save. Defense from Mocket holding on strong. Again, 2 minutes of offense they held on before Northern Gaming was able to push it through. Turbo Pulsa now in front of the net. Mystic with the long clear. We saw rotations earlier from Northern Gaming, so Devo will be back here. He'll be able to clear that one pass 2. Can he get this one around? Going for the bump on the Fairy Peak, just to hope that he can get him away from the ball.
But you see how got there. You see how quickly he bails from that as well. They're trying to play safe. Even though it's a tie game, they're doing a great job of just waiting for the perfect opportunity. Turbo with the shot.
And Fairy Peak with the save, the savior medal for the rookie here. He's able to get that one away. What a play. The defense from Mocket holding on strong. Remco drops his one. Turbo takes the shot, and Mystic stops it on the goal line. Fairy Peak will clear it. They'll keep the offensive going, but my goodness, this defense from Mocket is unstoppable.
So close to over-predicting that. It barely caught the wheels of Mystic as he tried to pre-jump that, but that first shot, an almost incredibly fast pass from one Northern Gaming player to another.
Turbo in the corner rotates as Devo moves up. A lot of 50-50 wins right now, helping keep this offensive going. for Northern Gaming. They take another shot. It bounces off the crossbar. Devo in to put it back into the box, and Turbo will put it across the field. No shot comes through from Northern Gaming. Devo will put it back again. Mystic in the middle, finally cross into the orange for the first time in like 2 minutes again. It's been basically 4 minutes of extended offensive from Northern Gaming, and yet we have a tie game due to the efficiency. Fairy Peak will get the save once more, keeping us tied up. What can this guy not block?
Only a few shots from Northern Gaming are actually a threat for Rocket Esports, but as we know, and as we've seen from them so far today, their counterattacks are insane. Northern Gaming needs to be careful not to allow them to gain control too quickly.
That roll from Turbo. We finally saw the breakout opportunity there for Mocket, and Turbo just slams the ball on the ground. It rolls entirely back into the blue corner. We're back where we were just a moment ago. Mystic and K-Dop in the corner. Turbo pass one. It'll bounce off the wall. Remco with the solid clear. Fairy Peak will try to buy time by lofting it. Mystic comes off the wall, he misses. That could be the opening that Northern Gaming needs. Remco, can he get the touch? It does not make contact. It'll end up in the corner. Devo misses it. Fairy Peak going for the dribbles. Can he do it in regulation? K-Dop with the shot. It is wide. Will it touch or will they carry it? Fairy Peak back in the middle, but Mystic was over on the side just looking to keep the ball lofted. We'll go to overtime in game 4.
Turbo, smart on him to let that go. I'm sure they wanted to potentially end it while they could, but I know they're strong in kickoff. They have to make sure they don't let any early shots on. A lot of teams seem to struggle getting those early boost pads.
They have to figure out what to do with Fairy Peak. He is shutting down everything they want to do on defense right now. So you see 3 players in the corner. Remco to punt it high. Devo turns and Remco gets set up in net. It'll be a Remco out to Turbo. Taking a shot towards the net. It's wide and Mystic gets the save. Devo taking another shot. K-Dop blocks it away. This defense from Mocket keeping this game alive. Even the team passes are being blocked right now. Northern Gaming doing everything they can. They're going to have to go for the demos. They're going to have to go for the bumps right now. As long as they allow Mocket to rotate, they are not getting anything through.
Mocket does not have a lot of boost right now.
Oh.
2 of them have 0 or 12.
Oh.
Can they finally secure it? No.
Both Devo and Turbo pulls a miss. Remco went for the zone. He got the block. Now Fairy Peak tries to get the shot, but Turbo pulls and saves it away. Can they get the transition? Here comes Remco over the top of Mystic. K-Dop in the air will play it away, and then Turbo Pulse will try to pass over towards Devo. Here Remco out into the midfield. Turbo Pulse is there, but K-Dop interrupts. Devo with the save to the side. What a perfect save, getting the clear as well. And Remco. Devo on the side. Pressure in the corner. Tried to zone out Turbo in the net, but he is undisturbed. Devo on the side. This is the longest offensive we've seen from Mocket, and now Northern will break away. Turbo in to take a shot. Blocked. Minute and 30 of overtime right now. Feels longer than that from how fast the shots have been coming out on both sides now. Turbo with a long shot from midfield. K-Dop with the save. He's going to look to set it up his teammates again. Keep the offensive going. Remco in the air. He'll finally break. It took the team pass, but Northern Gaming is now up by 2 games.
Finally, 2 of them with almost no boost. Only 1 left had some. Mystic also backflipped, probably in a panic since he didn't have enough boost to try and pre-jump that. And after so much effort, Northern Gaming doubling, maybe even over-doubling. I didn't catch it how the last one registered. Nearly over-doubling the shots for Mocket Esports.
They had so many. 2 savior medals came out from Mocket here. 5 saves from Fairy Peak. A monster on defense. Mocket Esports leading the league in savior medals and in hat tricks, actually, which is interesting because those would seem like opposite stats, but it just generally to me means Mocket has exciting games where they are on one side or the other. And right now, Mocket playing the defense of their lives, but it's not enough to hold up to the 13 shots there from Northern Gaming.
13-5. So much more control from Northern Gaming, and we've
one goal difference.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about this since season 1. If you don't want to get scored on, your best opportunity is to try and shut off the shots before they ever happen.
Yes.
The more you're defending from net, the more difficult it's going to be. You're going to expend more boost. You're going to sometimes need to react maybe preemptively, which is always a risk because you never know where they're going to shoot. So if you can close off the angle, close the gap between you and your opponent with the ball, because they have a harder angle to shoot from. They have to get it around you, and you have a better chance of getting a 50-50 potentially in your favor, especially if you can ensure that your hit comes just after theirs. You'll make sure that it goes in their half. But the more shots that register on net, the more difficult it's going to be for you.
And this is exactly the sort of thing that Northern Gaming is doing. The midfield defense, there was at least I don't even know how many minutes of offense there was for Northern Gaming. It felt like the entire game was Northern Gaming on offense there. We'll see if they can keep it up here on Urban Central rather. But they have 3 wins. A win here gives them the win in the first best of 7. And we will go to a bracket reset. Northern Gaming looking strong, but Market Esports has been nipping at their heels every single game other than game number 1. And they can easily bring this to another game, or even a game 7.
Remco with full control.
Very peek over the top. Towards the net, Turbo Pulsa blocks it away. Mystic back down towards Very Peak. K-Dop looking for an opportunity, looking for the pass. Now Devo down to Turbo Pulsa. Remco in the back. Wait this one patiently. Hoping Devo would pick it up. Bit of confusion there on the side. Mystic gets demoed. He'll spawn back on defense. We see Turbo in net. Ball spinning now. So much time in the orange. First minute or so, entirely offensive for Mocket. After spending so much of their game on defense, they put the pressure on here. Finally, we see Northern Gaming breaking out. Can Turbo Pulsa make it happen? No. Mystic will clear it away, and Mocket back on the offense. Devo with a clear. K-Dop to try and drop this down. Now Remco goes off of his corner. They've been able to get that one on target. It would have dropped in. Turbo Pulsa trying to get it around. Not there. Remco now trying to get it through. Basically no opportunities to score here for Northern Gaming, as Mocket has done a complete 180 on them, has been keeping all the offensive pressure on Northern Gaming here. Remco, that demo on the K-Dop, almost opening up the opportunity, but Devo now off the backboard. Can Turbo go? No, he doesn't like his opportunities. Remco comes in with the shot. Mystic gets the save off the ground. Are you kidding me?
Mystic able to get there just in time. That is only the 2nd shot so far this game. Both being huge threats. These teams right now are just waiting for that perfect opportunity.
3:10 left to go. Game number 5. Turbo Pulsa with the save away. Mystic's shot onto the backboard is get some speed added to it by Devo off the bounce. He'll take a shot towards the net. Can Fairy Pete get it? He does. This guy's defensive wall, just a monster in net, keeping him away. Remco will rotate. Full retreat there from Northern Gaming. Devo comes up, tries to put it on the backboard. K-Dop interrupts. Turbo Pulsa comes up, keeps that pressure on. It's on the backboard once more. He'll go up. Devo as well. Nobody making contact. And for like the 3rd game in a row, we're in a cross halftime, still scoreless, Carpet.
I cannot believe it has still been so low, but I'm also not surprised. These guys want to play safely, especially Northern Gaming. They have such a lead right now in this series. They don't want to throw it away.
Turbo Pulsa. Devo on the side. Remco getting bullied in net by K-Dop. Remco now lofting. Bounces, sending it back to his position in the 3rd. Devo towards the backboard. K-Dop and Mystic both up. So drop in front of the box. Turbo Pulsa comes in to try and keep the pressure on. Very Peak and K-Dop. A bit of confusion, it looks like, on defense for Mocket right now. They're not really sure who's going to go for the clears. Devo looks for the pressure. Open net. Can he double tap this in? Oh my goodness! The Oceania region named that move after this player, and look at him perform here on the world stage.
Reading Fairy Peak's first touch. What is that? An absolute monster. We saw him pull this out in his debut in Season 2, and he continues to impress us every single series.
There's confusion on defense from Mocket. They weren't sure who was to go, and so they make a lot of soft touches. Devo capitalizes on the confusion and gets the lead here, but another shot comes through. Fairy Peak, he can do it on the defense. Here he comes on the offense.
A quick answer, and the only person on his team with shots right now. 3 shots for him. I don't know how he got so much power on that. Incredible touch to the corner.
My goodness, Fairy Peak playing like a veteran player right now in his first appearance in a grand finals. What a guy. So tries to take the lead there. Turbo Pulsa will get the Savior medal. 1:37 left to go. It's all tied up here. A win for Northern Gaming would send us to the bracket reset. This shot going near the net, but Turbo Pulsa will wait this one patiently, dribble it out. Gets it past 2. Lofted nicely in front of the goal. Devo goes up but does not make contact. Mystic will get the clear. And now K-Dop. Drop it back down towards Fairy Peak. Turbo Pulsa airborne much earlier than the Mocket players. They'll put it back in the corner, looks for the second one. Devo back into the box. Remco just rotating on that 3rd line right now. Playing a lot of defense right now for Northern Gaming. Team captain allowing Turbo and Devo, players who are just on fire right now, to do the work on offense.
Oh, Mystic went for that from a weak spot. Now they might be able to turn it on. Remco with a shot. Mystic forced to make a save, but he does so.
Gets that one away. Despite being bullied in net, K-Dop has this one into the box, takes the shot towards the net, but Devo says not today and sends it away. 45 seconds remaining, still tied up as Turbo makes the save.
Both teams starting to get fired up. Now we see the shots coming. Finally, 4 shots for Mocket, 5 for Northern Gaming. Woo! Oh, Fairy Peak nearly putting that in. He is seriously shining today.
And Mystic has to clear this one to the side. This was entirely a breakaway for Northern Gaming. 30 seconds remaining, still tied up at 1 apiece. This is every game right now, Carpet. Devo in the corner, just contesting. Remco set up in net. Mystic will try to push this one through. Oh dear, open net. Can Turbo get there? No, K-Dop puts it in. 15 seconds left, and Mocket has the lead.
You don't need to put on a lot of pressure if you can force your team to make mistakes too, going for that. I don't think Devo should have even made that attempt. He must not have been told that somebody was in net. He got cleared out by his own teammate, leaving the net wide open. With only 15 seconds left, Mocket pulls in the lead.
Now, if Mocket pulls this one off, they have to win 2 more games to crown themselves the champions. But as that ball makes it past the last line of Northern Gaming, the chances of the buzzer beater are slim. This one will touch the ground. Mocket Esports takes another win. We'll go to game 6 in our first best of 7.
Mocket still has 2 more to win though, and with the confidence that we've seen out of both of these teams, and incredibly low scoring. Surprisingly, only 1 point pretty much between every game aside from that first one, which I guess Mocket likes to just let the other team do their thing, maybe to give them some false hope.
Sure. I mean, Mocket right now, Fairy Peak, playing like a player that has been here so many times. This guy on defense and on offense, making everything happen for Mocket Esports, as they have now taken their second win here. They need 2 more to be the champions. Right now, Northern Gaming only needs 1 to send us to a bracket reset.
And when you look at both these teams, you have a brand new RLCS player going against a team who's using a sub that they didn't use all season. I can't believe that both these teams made it here all the way to the end. It's so cool to see. And Turbo Pulsa, who we all thought was pretty quiet, apparently behind the scenes had still been playing so much. He plays a lot of North American servers, and apparently they all just let him do his thing because he's so good, even with the ping, which means he's still such a strong player. Northern Gaming knew this. I believe from what I've heard that they knew that they might be missing Maestro by the LAN.
Sure.
So I think they deliberately made sure they had a sub that was confident and a sub that was competent enough to stick with them. But who'd have thought that Turbo may have even been the star for their team?
We'll see if he can pick it back up here. 1 more win is all that they need to pull it off and to send us to the bracket reset. I'm excited to see if they can do it. We'll find out here as soon as we get into the game. It'll be on Urban Central night. Northern Gaming, 1 win away from the bracket reset. Mocket Esports needs 2 more. Such different weight on these teams here. K-Dop takes an early shot. Turbo Pulsa with the save. They were so close to doing it in the last game, and then Fairy Peak shows up and carries his team to victory. Let's see if Northern Gaming can pull it off. K-Dop over to Fairy Peak. Get the dribble past 2 players and the demo onto Turbo. Perfect setup there. Mystic will take the shot. Remco gets the save away. It'll be Devo who cuts in front of him actually and gets the clear. Now Fairy Peak in the air. Devo pushing it away. Mystic putting the pressure on another shot onto net. 2 games ago, this was the teams were reversed. It was Mocket Esports trapped in their own half.
Oh, that went unanswered.
Pressure. Very close to going in. That one just barely bouncing off the corner.
That went unanswered for so long. Mocket need to be careful. They did have a lot of aggression early on, and Northern Gaming are clumping more than usual. Hopefully they'll be able to spread out as this game continues.
4:03 left to go. Another quiet first minute here. Game number 6. Remco, Turbo in the air. Able to try and put it past Mystic. Remco now with the shot downfield. K-Dop does not make contact. Mystic now carry this one through. Both teams again playing so quiet. As you said, Northern Gaming does not want to give up another easy win. They do not want to give it up here. Remco and K-Dop in the back. Can he fake him out? He's got Mystic coming in from the side. K-Dop can easily just tackle this and he'll get it away. 3:27 left as it goes in front of the net. Devo will put that one through. Northern Gaming's in the lead.
Mocket approached this first shot so well. Mystic stayed down, K-Dop went up for it, but then they both tried to chase it into the corner.
Yep.
They went from a great decision to a terrible one. You don't want to follow into the corner, especially when no one can replace, and Devo gets a wide open shot on net.
The story of this series has been again, the defensive lapses. Which team is able to play the perfect defense? Because the offense has been so strong on both sides, you have to make no mistakes. The moment you make a mistake, you're getting scored on both sides of the ball. K-Dop will miss that one. Turbo looks for an opportunity, but K-Dop to play it over the top. Fairy Peak to Mystic. Shot downfield, quick transition onto offense. Turbo pulls it back. Devo lurking to steal enemy boost. That'll leave up with a lot of space here. Mystic looking for an opportunity. Fairy Peak to turn quickly. Keep the pressure going for Mocket. Mystic in, going for the fake, but Turbo Pulse is there. This one will go uncontested to Remco upfield. Where's Turbo? He's messing with Mystic in the corner. That'll be Turbo back up again. Devo looking for it, not gonna find anything he likes. Mystic gonna play it back out to midfield, but Remco's there, keeps that pressure on. Now Northern Gaming is starting to get back into that groove we saw them in 2 games ago. Can they keep this pressure on and extend their lead? I feel like since game 1, we haven't had a lead of more than 1 goal in any game.
And both of these teams heavily respecting each other's skill. You can tell they're timid by the lack of 50-50s. No one's contesting anything unless they know for a fact that they have it. Oh!
Turbo, it goes off the post. It bounces back out. That could have been the 2-goal lead, but Mocket holding on right now. Don't think they're lucky stars. It bounces out. K-Dop goes up to take the shot, but misses. Turbo now coming from the back. He'll drop in front of Mystic. Turbo to shove it through. It does not go in. Again, 148 left to go. Still 1-0 in favor of Northern.
Mystic did get demoed there, so he did have to reset, but I think it gave him some boost. I believe he was fully starved, so he will respond with a bit of boost as well. Turbo putting that on target just to force the defender out.
Fairy Peak will get the clear. Devo to try and drop it through. Now Remco in the back. It'll be the K-Dop Mystic duo who puts it back out to midfield. Devo looking for the dribbles. Fairy Peak now. K-Dop rotating cleanly on the defense. They'll look to transition to offense here. Remco just looking to buy time. Back across midfield. He and Devo moving out. Remco in support behind the star shooter. Fairy Peak with a long clear down. Turbo over the top. Basically what we call ping pong happening here at this point, where they're both just counter clearing back and forth. Neither team wanting to be the one that breaks out, but Mocket and the point where they need to score. And it was this man right here who did it last time, Fairy Peak. Can he push it through one more time? Or will we see the bracket reset? He's in the air, does not make contact. It drops down. Turbo Pulsa alone on the side. He'll fake out Mystic. We've seen him do this before. Over the top of one, it'll pop out into the middle, and Fairy Peak has an opportunity, but Mystic's there first, downfield. And Remco with the clear. K-Dop with the shot again. Remco goes for this one. Devo backs off at the last moment and grounds himself. Final 30 seconds of gameplay. Turbo down the field. He's going to try and make contact. Does not touch it. Fairy Peak and K-Dop on the side. Fairy Peak goes into the middle to try and get the goal, but it's not there. Open net for Northern Gaming, but Devo able to get it through the last defender. Remco takes another shot. It goes wide. In the final countdown, if they hold on here, we reset the bracket. We'll do it all again, folks. Turbo Pulsa has ball control, but there, down the field, it'll ground itself. Northern Gaming will take the win. We'll take the bracket reset. They win the first best of 7. We got to do it one more time.
Now, just to clarify for everyone, this is a double elimination bracket, and Northern Gaming had lost earlier today, so they needed to come back up through the lower bracket, which means they need to win twice. Since Mocket Esports are undefeated until right now, they get a second chance.
Yes.
The next series tells it all. Northern Gaming, Mocket Esports, last series of the day. Who goes home with the trophy?
We will find out. These guys are playing so tough right now. So many games decided by 1 goal here in this best of 7. And I can't imagine that the next series is going to be any different. These guys are all playing so close. I doubt we'll see another blowout game like we did there in game number 1, because Mocket has livened it up and is matching Northern Gaming toe for toe right now.
And both are being surprisingly timid, but they're staying clean in the process. That's why they're pulling it off. They know how good the counterattacks can be. They know that the moment that a single slip up happens, the moment you want to commit a lot to offense and you want to keep that pressure up, that means that you've probably committed a little bit too far. You've had to come across that half, and they know how quickly all these teams are at redirects, at hard hits, at following it up and getting it off the backboard. So they're trying to play a bit timid for that exact reason.
Well, is it Mocket Gaming's year or is it Northern Gaming's year? We will find out soon, but first, we're going to take a quick break and throw it back to the desk. Over to you, Axel Toss.
Thank you, Wavepunk, and final carpet Axel Toss back here with Gibbs, James Bond, Shogun. Gentlemen, Honestly, I'm super happy to see it work out this way because that means we get to see more of the best Rocket League play in the world. We're going to have another best of 7 between Northern Gaming and Mach&E Esports. Northern Gaming, the pretty nice win there, guys.
They came out swinging in game 1, but then after that, it was just all defense from both teams, and it's just going to be one mistake every single game that'll decide these. And Mach&E had just 3 or 4 more than Northern, I would say.
Yeah, back-to-back overtime games. I really thought Turbo played phenomenally. He was everywhere on the field, getting goals, setting up goals for Devo. He just played so on point, and Northern keeps their win streak today alive and gives Mach&E their first series loss of the tournament.
Yeah, I'm going to go exactly what Gibbs said. They're very defensive from both teams, but you have to remember, we don't do this that often. We do it once every half a year. So these teams, not necessarily that experienced. Devo is the most experienced up there at this level, and he's played once. So it's a situation of the more and more these guys play, the more and more comfortable they're going to get. They've gone through one series now. I expect this next series to really ramp up the pace.
Which is better for our purposes, as these players just seem like they're playing better and better and better as the day goes along. But let's take a look at the highlights here in the form of the Mobile One High Performance Replay. Again, Northern Gaming taking the victory over Mach&E Esports to extend this to a final best of 7.
And we started off 3 seconds in. We get a goal from Remco, and that first game, that got out of hand pretty quickly for Mach&E, but they settled down after game number 1.
But Northern Gaming, though, it seemed like they had this from the very beginning, always putting Mach on their back foot, and in that first game, beating them 6-1. It kind of reminded us of the NRG game where NRG came in and beat Mach at 6-0, but then we were left wondering, can Mach bring this back? No. NG shut them down.
NG have been doing this ever since they got knocked down to the lower bracket. There just seems to be a calmness, a comfortability that they've got with each other, where they almost never look like they're going to make a mistake. All the challenges are working out so well for them right now. They just are so in sync. I haven't seen a team be able to work this well together in a very long time.
At Northern Gaming, they had 52 shots to 35. They forced 36 saves from Mach&E. Devo, like, I would say he was the difference maker here because of just the goals he was scoring was absolutely incredible. Like, look at that goal. Yeah. Look at that wide open net. Beautiful shot.
Turbo set that one up for sure. But after that first game was 6-1 in favor of Northern. Every game after that, just a 1-goal game. And Wavepunk pointed it out. There were 2 or 3 just 1-0 games. So incredibly low scoring, so tight. But Northern Gaming just edged out Mach&E.
And this is what Northern Gaming need to avoid as we go into the next series, because this is the pitfall that NRG fell into. They felt really good in that first series, and then they started to slow it down. Mach&E came through and won. They need to really keep the pace going and not hope for Mach&E to make mistakes, because Mach&E will not make that many mistakes.
And guys, there's not much more to do here, but get into the next match. We're going to take a short break here, but there's only one more best of 7, and this is going to decide your RLCS Season 3 World Champion. It's Mach&E Esports versus Northern Gaming. If you're watching from home, get the family together, get the dog in the living room, get everyone watching. Twitch.tv/Rocket League. This is the best Rocket League players in the world, and we have one more best of 7 to go live from the Wiltern in Los Angeles. We'll be right back.
Many great things. 1. Old Spice Sweat Defense gives me 48-hour sweat protection. 2. Gorillas have strong muscles and do not speak English.
Hey Gibbs, what's up?
What's going on, James?
Nothing much. How you doing?
I have a dilemma. I think I'm going to switch off the hard hat.
Well, what are you going to pick?
Well, the pros don't really use toppers. Then you have to go with certifications. Maybe go with certified turtle, possibly. And then, of course, got to stay with the candy corn boost because that's the most important.
Well, that's cool, but I'm going to pop out to 7-Eleven, so I'll see you later.
And rock the Dominus? Seriously, James?
Brisk Watermelon Lemonade is available only at 7-Eleven for a limited time this summer, so get yours now.
It's a London dialect. It should sound like this. Death before dishonor.
Death before dishonor.
No, like a king.
Death before dishonor.
Oh, no.
What?
Death before dishonor.
This lesson could be your very last.
If you threaten my life one more time today, I'm in my car and I'm off home.
Then go home.
You look confused.
I just don't get it. So the new brisk is watermelon and lemonade?
What don't you get?
Is it watermelon flavored lemonade or lemonade flavored watermelon?
Let me show you, James. The Merc is a bold watermelon flavor, and the Scarab is a blast of lemonade flavor. Does that make sense? I guess it didn't matter, James, huh?
Brisk Watermelon Lemonade is available only at 7-Eleven for a limited time this summer, so get yours now.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the final moments of the RLCS World Championships here live from the Wiltern in Los Angeles. We are down to the final best of 7. The final 2 teams, both representing the European region. It's Mach Esports versus Northern Gaming. Welcome back. I'm Toss here at the desk, joined by Gibbs, James Bott, and Shogun. What a very exciting first best of 7 there. Northern Gaming able to overcome the odds and extend it to another best of 7. And I want to do a little something special here, and I need the help of everyone here in this arena. I want everyone to just make some noise. I'm going to stand up right now. I'm standing up, guys. Let's make some noise. These are the World Championships. Let's go. It's time to get hyped right now. There you go. I love you guys. That's what I'm talking about. Best audience NA. Without a doubt. I think I got a cramp in my leg. No, all right, it's fine. I'm fine. I just sit down all the time. It's great. Okay, guys, here we are. One final best of 7 to determine our world champion. It's Mach Esports Northern Gaming. I think we're just going to go straight into predictions because I want to get into this match. Gibbs, are you sticking with Mach?
The last time Mach lost was only back on April 2nd. They lost to Northern Gaming. That was the last time. It's not going to happen again. I am sticking with Mach. They will be your world champions after this. Been saying it all season. They just got to fix 2 or 3 mistakes, and they could have won that series, so I think they'll take it here.
Yeah, all but one of those games was a 1-goal game, so I'm going to have to stick with my prediction. Mach it. They're going to come through. They're going to be the world champion.
What are we going to do about them? What are we doing about them, Shogun?
We're going to become the real analysts
right
here.
Yeah, we
because Northern Gaming right now are playing the best Rocket League in the world, and they are going to be our world champions.
Northern Gaming coming in with Turbo, a sub, entering into this World Championship and playing on fire, and the Devo factor is always going to be there. I have Northern Gaming being your World Champions for Season 3. Let us know what you think. Get on Twitch, get on Twitter, use the hashtag RLCSWCS3 because it is time to get into the final match of the World Championships. It is time to crown our World Champion for the RLCS World Championships of Season 3. Without any further ado, let's get into the match and go down to the commentary desk with Wavepunk and Findable Cart.
Thank you so much, Axel Toz. Round 2 we've got here. Northern Gaming took it in 6 games over Mach it, and now Mach it will look to get revenge. They can still do it here in this best of 7, but now it's down. It's all on the table. 4 games will win you the World Championship here, no matter who you are.
Well, I'm sure it felt great to take that series 4-2. Every game was painfully close. And I think whichever team either makes less mistakes or takes a bit more risk, we see really safe play coming from both teams. Neither one really wanted to push up to get that constant aggression to starve them from boost, because you know that the moment you let one player grab some boost, they can easily take it down and score it on their own, because every single player here, the best in the world.
It was a defensive chess game the entire series here. So many goals just being scored on the smallest of slip-ups. So which team will going to be able to perform the defensive perfection? Which team can pull out the amazing plays? We saw Devo do his signature double tap. I would love to see some more of those from him. These guys playing like the best in the world, playing like they want that championship title. And guys, we also have, not only do we have the best Rocket League players, we have the best crowd we have ever had at a LAN event. These guys know how to cheer, no matter who's on the stage. This is what Rocket League is, win or lose. We love each other so much, and I cannot wait to see who pulls it off. Will it be Mach it, or will it be Northern Gaming? We will find out here momentarily. The second best of 7 set to go here in Los Angeles. It will still be Mach it in the blue and Northern Gaming in the orange. Game number 1 of our second set. This one takes it all, folks. Win 4 games and you're the champion. Let's find out who wins. I cannot wait to see. It'll be K-Dop and Turbo Pulsa on the kickoffs. It'll go over to the side, very neutral. Fairy Peak will win out this one. And Turbo Pulsa over to the side. Remco try and pass it out. Now Turbo Pulsa down the field. The chants coming out from the crowds. They want this game to be as exciting as any they have seen all weekend. They'll continue to make noise in support of it. Devo now down into the corner. The pinch off the wall. Put it out into the middle. Remco with a nice opportunity. The clear was not solid from Fairy Peak, but they're able to get that one away. Turbo saving that second jump so long. Keeps his offensive going. Can Remco move in? He's going to fall back on defense. This will open up some space for Mach it, and Remco's going to have to play this one smart.
Their last 2 series, Mach it let the first games go out of hand So many goals they let their opponents put in, but now it seems like they have a bit more control.
That smooth move from Devo to put that one away from his goal. Now it's back in the blue corner. 4:08 left to go. Quiet first minute. Both teams with opportunities on offense. Turbo pulls it down the field. K-Dop up and into the side. Fairy Peak follows. Double commit there from Mocket, but a triple commit on defense from Northern Gaming. Neither team will get punished too hard. Remco will put it into the corner alongside Devo. Turbo Pulsa moves in from the back, sweeping in. They'll rotate around. Now the ball back. Spending more time near the ceiling than it is the floor, it feels like right now. These guys playing so high and fast. Turbo Pulsa now. Matching alongside Fairy Peak. He'll get it past the sub player. Remco and Devo both on the wall. Turbo needs to be careful in goal. He'll get the save. Look at this guy go. Playing that one away. Last defender doesn't matter. He's cool as a cucumber.
Mystic, K-Dop, and Fairy Peak are working together. That pass from Fairy Peak was insane. Off the corner, and they are all trusting each other. K-Dop wants to try and sink these in.
Devo on the wall. Plays it away. Turbo, follow-up. Consecutive touches from Northern Gaming has them on offense. Devo will miss that one, but gets a bump on Fairy Peak. Opening up space, the fake from Remco. It's a 1v1. He passes across the field, and Fairy Peak will put it back into the corner. Close one there from Fairy Peak. But Northern Gaming keeps the offense going. Who will score the first goal of our second series? Fairy Peak to play this one down. Devo into the air. Turbo Pulsa to follow. Now Mystic down the field towards the goal. Nobody's home. Mystic strikes.
I don't know. Remco was in the air. Did he get bumped by a teammate, or did he try and pre-jump this? Devo and Remco smashed into each other, and there's no way with that momentum will Remco be able to follow through with that save. But Mystic, the first goal of the series. Last time they let it get carried away, was it 6-1?
6-1 in the first game, and here we see Mocket striking first. Very different than our game number 1 from the first best of 7. K-Dop will take another shot. Remco, the backwards clear. Devo downfield. Turbo Pulsa in position. The pass plays from Northern Gaming moving it down, but Turbo did not get the touch he was looking for, and it'll end up back at the midfield. Mystic to transition onto offense. Devo takes it off of his hood, puts it back onto the corner. Turbo looking. He'll be airborne, trying to take the shot, but misses as well. He goes to bounce Fairy Peak, but nobody's there to make the shot. It'll remain near the Mocket Gaming box, Mocket Esports box. But no goal's going to happen here. K-Dop gets the save once more. We'll stay at the 1-0 lead for Mocket.
This is that pressure that Northern can turn on, but now with one goal down, they might need to take some risks. They're still playing safe, bailing on a lot of 50-50s, just letting Mocket Esports take some control.
Turbo out of the corner, Remco to play it back. Goes on the bump for Fairy Peak, does not make contact. Devo comes in towards the backboard. Mystic with the read. Now Turbo pulls in a long shot, double defense, will make that an easy clear. K-Dop onto the backboard. Mystic almost double taps it in. K-Dop's in position, and Fairy Peak lurks at the midfield. Transitioning in the 3-man offensive rotation from Mocket. They'll loosen up a bit. Mystic in the midfield. Gets caught in no man's zone. K-Dop now down. Devo. Play it up the top. Mystic demoed in the midfield. Breaking up the offensive rotations, opening up some space from Northern Gaming here. But they'll have their working on defense. So that just strengthens the back line of Mocket. Fairy Peak will take the shot. Devo makes the save, and Remco gets the clear. Such a close situation there for Northern Gaming, and they survive, keeping this at a 1-0 game. Final minute here in game number 1, and Mocket is looking strong. Beat Devo. Remco Turbo Pulsa now to play it down the field. Can they get there? Devo to try and put it high. K-Dop will be able to get the clear, but it's soft. Mystic needs to follow this up. Put it down. Turbo and Devo in the air again. Defensive mistake there that Remco was not able to clear away fully. Mocket's going to keep the pressure on. Mystic eventually will finally punish here, and Mocket is up by 2.
With 30 seconds left, now we're seeing the pressure from Mocket Esports. K-Dop pushing it to the side. Devo not coming from net, and a good cut from Mystic will give them a 2-goal lead.
That is substantial here for Mocket. After having so many close games in that last series, they now lead by 2. The longest lead we saw was that first game. This is entirely different. This is anything but that. The shot from Remco, solid, but K-Dop with the save off to the side. 18 seconds remaining. They need this goal right now, and it'll go away. This is going to be so difficult to come back into this game right here for Northern Gaming. As K-Dop plays it down, Devo takes the shot. It'll go in 9 seconds. Very possible. Can they do it, Carpet?
This is where I expect to see them taking the risk, and maybe it'll help Northern Gaming take risks in future games in the series. Devo did put it straight towards K-Dop, but he had to make a pre-jump, not knowing where the shot would go with 9 seconds left. Can Northern Gaming tie this up?
It'll depend on this kickoff. Very peak in the air. Turbo needs to win this out. He doesn't. It just drops straight down. Remco gets the save. Needs to keep this one alive, but you know Mocket's going to be trying to kill it. It'll touch down. Mocket will take game number 1. They're bouncing back after dropping the first series.
They only need to take this series, and it will be it for them. This is the final series, ladies and gentlemen, and another 1-goal game. They're keeping it so close. They're playing so safe. Not a lot of risks still from either team.
K-Dop with 5 saves here. So many saves. They lead the nation. They lead the league in savior medals and in hat tricks. 3 shots apiece here from Mocket as they continue to show why they were able to make the upper bracket run here. They've only lost 1 time, and that was in the previous series to Northern Gaming.
And Mocket, we saw it against NRG, and we're seeing it now. I love the way they turned from defense to offense so quickly and so confidently. They positioned themselves accordingly to get ready for anything Northern Gaming can throw their way. Yes, we see a lot of times Northern Gaming can just keep it in their half for minute after minute after minute, but they're not really struggling to keep it out, again, because none of those risks are being taken, and they're still able to gather enough boost to play defense.
You know I love you. How many times you have said risk in the last moment, and I have not once mentioned brisk. Just going to point that out there. 8 saves here from Mocket Esports. And I just want to say, we've talked a lot about how making saves is kind of a sign of a poor defense, actually. It means that you're allowing shots to be taken. But here, it doesn't matter for Mocket Esports, as they have been able to have the goal line defense and get the win time and time again. We'll see if they can continue on here. Will they extend their lead, or will Northern Gaming bounce back? Will they be able to tie it up at 1 apiece? We will find out on Manfield. It'll be Mystic, set to go, and Remco on the kickoff. This one pretty neutral. Turbo Pulsa will end up winning it out. Northern Gaming will start on the offense, but that's 3 players committed up. This is a breakaway. Is that going to just go straight in? It'll bounce off the post. K-Dop will put it in. That's Mocket striking early on an overcommitment from Northern.
An interesting start for Northern Gaming. Remco and Devo find themselves in the corner. Fairy Peak did get bumped up by Turbo Pulsa, so he did his job and almost got the save, which would have been incredible, but K-Dop again following through. His positioning has been phenomenal.
Mocket looking so good in the second best of 7. Last time we had a bracket reset was Flipside versus Mocket in Season 2. And Flipside had full control of both series. Right now, Mocket looking to reverse it on Northern Gaming. You know it felt good for Mystic to get the win there in game number 1. We'll see if he can do it again here in game 2. But Devo up to the side. Turbo Pulsa now in the air. Trying to wrap this one around. Remco in the back, the 3rd man for Northern Gaming. He misses on the wall. Turbo Pulsa has to fall back quickly as Mystic's just going to take the shot. Turbo gets there in time and clears it away. Stays at a 1-goal game as the first minute will come and go here. No more scoring happening. This is just the 1-0 lead for Mocket.
It's the first demolition we've seen in some time. Fairy Peak and Turbo, where Turbo will meet him out in the box.
Mystic, the pass towards K-Dop. Remco will try to interrupt. Pop it high. K-Dop now across the field. Devo chases and Remco moves into goal. Fairy Peak comes out to try and set up his teammates, but it goes far. Remco will move out of goal. They'll reverse the direction of the rotation, get it over the top of Mystic. Good opportunity for Northern Gaming, but it'll be cleared off the backboard by K-Dop, and Turbo Pulsa will look to keep that pressure on. Remco in the middle, circling around. Just looking for an opportunity, but the presence from Mocket is too much. He'll have to fall back on the defense. The push through from Fairy Peak. Remco clears at the last moment possible, and he'll go looking for the transition here. They're going to try and tie it up on this one.
Seems that Mystic on top of the leaderboard for his team this time. 3 shots for him with a save and an assist. He really has found a way to work well with these 2 players.
Turbo Pulsa down the field. Fairy Peak in. Put it into the corner. Devo with the touch up high. Turbo Pulsa not get through. Remco now down. Devo misses in the midfield. Mystic's going to take a free shot. Nobody's there. Remco's out of boost. That's going to be 2 goals again here for Mocket.
Another mistake from Northern Gaming and Mocket. Since they're playing safe, they can capitalize so easily. Devo wanted to get that touch at midfield. That's the slight risk you try and take when you want to try and play aggressive, but if you miss it, that's exactly what happens. And Remco, with no boost, couldn't pull them out.
Now remember, this is a best of 7. We play a lot of best of 5s here in the RLCS, but this one you have to win 4 games to win the win here. And right now, Mystic and company going to try and extend their lead. They got the 1 game under their belt, looking to make it 2 right now. Right here at halftime, plenty of time to come back into this for Northern Gaming and tie up the series at 1 apiece. They're going to have to get some scoring going on. So right now it's been all Mocket. That long breakaway might do it. It's just going to go in. Remco off the sidewall makes it a 1-goal game.
There's quite the pinch, and unfortunate for Mocket, it went directly into net. That did touch off Fairy Peak last, as the trail for the ball was blue, so it touched a Mocket player before it went into the net. And Remco probably has no problem accepting that goal for his own.
That was from the deepest part of the corner. That is literally the longest shot you can make on the field.
Yeah.
And Remco makes that one happen off the pinch. 1-goal game right here at halftime. Northern Gaming very much alive in game number 2. But very little semblance of offensive pressure so far, which we've been able to see them do time and time again in that first series. Need to get some of that going again if they want to be able to take it to Mocket. Came in through the winner's bracket. The near perfect run here. The World Championship. Remco in the air over the top of Mystic. Now Devo with the follow-up. K-Dop gonna try and clear that one away. Puts it away from the inbound Devo, and then they get the transition as well. K-Dop on the front line of that one. In the 1 position, drops it to the Fairy Peak in the 2. It'll be Mystic rotating back. Put that one over the top, back in the middle. Fairy Peak looking for an opportunity. He'll go fall back and get the boost. Size up Remco, who gets it past him cleanly. Devo on the top, up towards the backboard. Mystic, his touch is soft. Turbo might be able to work with this one. Devo, can he get it up? No, it'll be Mystic who saves it and clears it away. And we'll stay at a 1-goal game here. Mocket holding on to the lead with 1:28 left to go.
Remco wants to try and mount an opportunity. Devo found himself trying to juke.
Can he do it?
Can he?
Pinches, Devo's there. He's gonna roll up the wall again. Turbo might go for this. He's gonna move up quickly. He's back into the middle. Remco with an opportunity. Can he fake him out? He does, gets it underneath him. Remco, the veteran, ties up the game.
Somehow keeping his cool with all this pressure on his back. Fairy Peak did everything he could, but with the situation he had to contest that. And just a bit too far, he tried to jump over Remco, waited until the last second, waited till he made the dedication for the second flip, and then shot it right past him.
Multiple setups there from Northern Gaming working out in their favor, and it was only a matter of time before they were able to get the shot. A beautiful play from Remco past the monster defender of Fairy Peak, who has been on fire here on Sunday. K-Dub will play that one over the side. Remco pinch it high. Final minute of gameplay, and it's all tied up, folks. K-Dop to shoot it downfield. Devo onto the side, over the top of Fairy Peak. Look at this car control. He's on the 1 position after being in the 3. Gonna try and move this one into the corner. Gets a demo onto 1. Now looks for K-Dop in net as Turbo Pulsa will try to wrap this one through. It's Remco now back into the box. Fairy Peak is there to put it up to his teammate K-Dop. They're looking for the cherry pick. But this one, Turbo Pulsa will be able to shut down. As Fairy Peak over the top, 30 seconds remaining. In regulation, we stay right here. We'll go to overtime. We've been there plenty of times already in this grand finals. Turbo pulls it down the field. Remco to try and put it into the middle. It goes high above the goal. Mystic now. Devo downfield. Remco lurking. Gets the demo on to K-Dop. Fairy Peak with the solid clear. Turbo pulls it in. It goes through. The defensive rotation breaks down on the demolition, and Northern Gaming has the lead.
And pulling them out of boost, Fairy Peak had nothing after coming off the wall, and the demolition on his teammate left them with nothing left. With 10 seconds, Northern Gaming may tie up the series.
They could pull this one off and get it at a game apiece. 10 seconds left, so they only got to hold on to, but we've seen Mocket get the buzzer beaters. K-Dop, the one who could easily do this here. Fairy Peak now in the air, but Remco over the top. Nobody in the back. They sent the house. They'll slam it down, and Northern Gaming ties it up.
Another 1-goal game. These teams could not be closer in skill and in play style at the moment. They are waiting for the perfect opportunity. We see so many passes just given up to the other team because the moment they touch it, they're like, that's not going to be anything too great. Let's just reconsider that. We're going to drop back a bit, let them make a drive, let them try the same thing, but then a lot of times their opponents will then make a hit like, not that great.
For sure.
A lot of back and forth, a lot more ping pong than we've seen. And usually when you see a lack of contest, a lot less 50-50s, that's usually when they're playing a little bit safer. They're trying to play a bit slower, really slowing the pace of the game down because they don't want to get caught off guard with silly goals. But we did see a crazy pinch from the corner, ended up giving Northern Gaming one of their goals this game.
Yeah, those sorts of situations you have to be able to account for. You have to be prepared for those long pinches, which is why they often leave a player in the back. It has been the defensive game on both series here of who can be able to block, who can be prepared for anything that is being thrown at them. 9 shots on both sides of the ball here, and yet Northern Gaming comes out with the win.
And I don't really know who's on top right now. Obviously, it's really hard to tell. Always 1 goal difference, 1 tiny mistake potentially. Northern Gaming is starving better, and they're keeping their attacks longer. But whenever Mocket controls the ball at all, I can start telling there's a really good opportunity showing up. They can turn it on so quickly, and Northern Gaming's trying to go for the long stretch.
Game number 3 inbound. And who will be able to win? Make some noise, Los Angeles. I want to hear you cheering for these two teams. Both of them so deserving of the title of world champion, but there can only be one. And this could be Northern Gaming's year. After living in the shadow of Flipside, they've finally broken through. But Maka Esports also having to deal with that Titan. They are gone now, and this could be their year. After coming one game short last season, this could be it. It's only a matter of time to find out. Turbo Pulsa wrapping this high. K-Dop out towards Fairy Peak on the wall. It'll be Devo who pushes it through. Turbo Pulsa over the top, winning the 50-50 in the air. Remco with an opportunity, open net, tries to pass towards Turbo. Turbo not ready for that, will drop back, allow Devo to rotate in. They'll keep the pressure going. We've seen this so many times. Northern Gaming. A solid clear there from K-Dop. Will move it downfield, and Mystic will be loose in the enemy net. Fairy Peak wins the 50-50. Keeps the ball in the orange for just a moment longer, and now the drop. Devo trying to take a shot. Doesn't make contact. Remco will get blocked away by K-Dop. Now it's Mystic. Remco into this corner. That's not the touch he was looking for. Devo has to make the goal line block there. Keep it away. Still a very dangerous position here for Northern Gaming as they are all bunched up on the wrong side of the field. Fairy Peak to try and take the shot. It's right there in front of the goal. Remco with the save, but K-Dop in. Devo pushes it away. They hold on the goal line and push it back into the blue.
Mystic trying to stay in that midfield to continue this, and here he is now. Although he's running low on boost, Turbo Pulsa didn't get the best shot. Will they be able to push this back out?
3:27 left to go. A game apiece in the series right now. Best of 7, first of 4 is the world champion for season 3. Fairy Peak out towards Mystic, the pass play, an open net even, but they do not connect. Would have been the lead in the game. We're still scoreless here, 3:06 left to go. Another open net there, but on the transition, a bit more expected. Turbo Pulsa to try and take a shot, blocked away by Fairy Peak. That man has so many saves, so much defensive power brought by Fairy Peak right now. Mystic out towards the wall. Fairy Peak to put it into the middle. Remco does not make contact, but it bounces off the crossbar. The demolition by Fairy Peak. So much setup, everything going right for Maka except for the final shot into the net.
They're positioning so passively, it's hard for them to close that gap so quickly. And only 2 shots for Northern Gaming and 3 for Maka Esports. Again, so quiet from both of these teams.
Playing the defensive game, just like the last series. Oftentimes the finals end up this way. Turbo Pulsa will put it down, carry it on the wall. Fast-paced play out to Devo, onto the backboard. Remco falls over to the middle boost, trying to move up and challenge Mystic. Get it, off of the light touch, get another one past K-Dop. Bounce it up into the air. Turbo Pulse is airborne, but does not like his options. He'll go for the screen instead, allow Devo to shoot, but Fairy Peak picks this one up. Remco rotating in very, very tightly. Luckily, Turbo's there to play it away, but now Maka threatening to put that first goal on. Can this be the goal that determines the leader in the series? One a game apiece right now in our best of 7.
Mystic keeping it close. K-Dop up for the shot. He will put it.
Oh,
Jumps under the crossbar.
Oh, Fairy Peak puts this one in. There's the accuracy they need, and he's got the goal.
Following each other up, and this first shot from K-Dop so beautifully placed. All 3 teammates from Northern Gaming attempting to make the save, and Fairy Peak knew he had quite an opportunity to give themselves the first goal of the game.
Even if the 3 teammates hadn't committed, the speed at which Fairy Peak pounced on that drop down gave them the goal. I doubt that there would have been any follow-up from Northern Gaming, as they are now down by 1. The shot, was it to go 2? No, Remco gets the save. Putting it away, here comes K-Dop over the top. It's gonna drop down in front of Mystic. He'll take the shot. It's 2-0 for Maka.
There it is now, finally gaining a bit of control, getting some grasp on these plays. K-Dop goes straight for the top. He ends up pinching it off of Turbo Pulsa, and Mystic finding himself in a good place. And this is the positioning that's so threatening for Maka Esports. They spread out, they trust each other, and they try and be as many steps ahead as they can.
But we've seen them here before. Northern Gaming able to bounce back at the last possible moment. A best of 7 every game. Be the difference maker here. 1:14 left to go, and it's Mystic on the back wall alone with the ball. He'll loft it in the corner. The demo on Fairy Peak opens up so much space. Can Turbo Pulsa get there before K-Dop? He'll pitch it into the middle, but K-Dop goes for the read, puts it back into the middle, and now Remco over the top. He'll look to set up Devo in the midfield, but Devo falls back, seeing that the pass would go high. Tries to challenge in the corner, allows Turbo to move up. Such solid offensive rotations right now from Northern Gaming as they look to bounce back in the game. Remco to Devo. Such close contact there. The Mystic interrupts and gets the save. Defense from Mocket on par with anything I've seen right now. Turbo in the midfield gets cleared over the top of both Turbo and Remco. Fairy Peak does not have the angle to get that, but Mocket will stay on the offense with 30 seconds left. Northern Gaming needs a goal immediately to have time to think about the buzzer beater to tie it up. And right now they're just struggling to get the ball out of their own half. You see all of Mocket retreated back on defense, playing so defensively right now. They know, they're just encouraging Northern Gaming, press into us, come on. You aren't gonna be able to get through us. We have been playing the best defense of Rocket League you've ever seen right now. 4 seconds remaining, so little time. The clock will hit 0, and that'll be it for this one. Mocket Esports gonna take the lead in the series. Game 3 will go to them, and Northern Gaming is gonna like to bounce back in Game 4.
These two teams right now, neck and neck, game for game, trading it back and forth. Northern Gaming weren't really able to ride the high of winning that first series. It seems that Mocket Esports didn't want to give up that first one as nicely as they gave it up in the first series. They don't want to give them 6 goals this time. Not that many, but this is probably the biggest score margin we've seen in so long. Look, 2-0.
2-0 here, and Mocket with 8 shots there, where Northern Gaming only had 3. Very, very different from the last game we saw where they were both tied up at 9. Here, Mocket Esports with so much power and keeping Northern Gaming trapped in their own half. Very few offensive opportunities for Northern Gaming, and as you can see, no goals to show for it.
And they're just trying to find the moment that someone's staggering for boost and the moment that someone can't find themselves in the right place. Really only 5 saves from Northern Gaming and 3 from Mocket Esports. In the scheme of how many shots these teams can put up, that's not that many. Granted, it's a lot of registered saves as well. And since there were 5 shots, I mean, 2 of them did go in for Mocket Esports. Still slow play, not that surprising, but it's gonna slowly grind these guys down. I mean, this is the endurance. 2 best of 7s back to back. They've been playing all day. They must be so tired. They just wanna make sure they can keep the mental game strong.
And the most interesting statistic from that game for me was that Mocket only had to make 3 saves. A team that has been making nearly double-digit saves every game so far in this grand finals only had 1 apiece there, as they were able to keep that ball in Northern Gaming's half. Offensive pressure, a huge part of this series right now. Who is able to maintain it? Very few teams right now. Neither team really going for the counterplay, the quick counterplay and then the fallback. Both teams going for the siege. It's just a matter of who can keep it up the longest there. Remco down to Turbo. They'll play that one over the top. We're in Game 4, the grand finals. Mocket leading by 1. Try and extend that here. Mystic dropping it towards the box. Turbo Pulsa plays it away. Tries to pinch it off. Remco now to carry this one through the air. Turbo Pulsa into the corner. Devo looking for the opportunity. We'll go and just look for the pass to Remco. Into the box. He'll go for the shot. He'll put it in. The veterans are back, folks, and Northern Gaming's got the lead.
This started with a double commit from Mocket Esports probably 10 seconds prior. Fairy Peak spent the last 15 seconds struggling to find boost. His own teammate took the corner from him, but what are you going to do? They both needed it severely. He tried to pick up some pads across the net while he could, but by the time he came back around, he wasn't able to do anything to contest that. Northern Gaming take the lead.
And with how defensive this series has been, that is a very early goal from Northern Gaming. See if they can put another one in, or will Mocket be able to tie it back up? Fairy Peak out across the field, nobody in position to do anything with that. It'll be Turbo and Remco who move out. Mystic to play that one down into the midfield. Solid clear. The demos from Remco. Devo over the top. Mystic in the back will slow this one down. We'll try to flick it over the top of Turbo, who kills it in the midfield. That's a second demo there in the backfield of Mocket. And Remco will play it over to the side. Turbo Pulsa followed over and away. Carried on the wall, trying to push it past. Fairy Peak plays it high. Kate up in the air in support. Put it onto the backboard. Fairy Peak looks for the opportunity to shoot, but Devo is there first, clearing it long ways down the field. Mystic has to fall back. 3:33 left to go, and it's the 1-goal lead right now for Northern.
We can see Remco trying to support his team. There's a shot to try and force the defender to go back, but K-Dop will easily clear that to the corner.
K-Dop keeps it there. Turbo to try and take another shot here. K-Dop down the field. Mystic in the mid, watching for his opportunity. He'll go up quickly, but that's 2 players up. Devo went up as well. He gets the save! What, are you kidding me? He was in the air, lands, and immediately pops back up, getting the defensive play. Fairy Peak can't get it through. Northern holds on to their lead.
And And that was definitely communication, or maybe Devo with just insane awareness. He did make that initial jump for the first save, but the moment he realized he shouldn't be going, he backflipped, tried to land and get ready for the second save. A good push from Monk at Esports, but they could not push it past Devo.
Only one player in the backfield. K-Dop will rotate in quickly. Great Peak will get it out by himself, but there's Devo with the shot downfield. Turbo will look to set it up on the backboard one more time. Remco slowing this down considerably. Approaching halftime, and it's still the 1-goal lead for Northern Gaming. They are trailing in the series by 1 game. A win here would tie it up at 2 apiece. Our best of 7 for the world title. Devo lurks in net. Remco on the wall, gets played past by K-Dop. Devo now with the challenge. We'll go for second touch and win it out. Went for second touch again after Mystic, but Mystic there, 2 wins in a row, puts it all the way to the box. Remco has to play it over the top of K-Dop. It's just Fairy Peak in the back. K-Dop is keeping it there. Devo is keeping it away, rather, from the last defender. K-Dop will be able to keep it out of the goal. Just dropping down here, Turbo to Remco to Devo. Possibly, no, it'll be just straight back to Turbo.
Way.
Devo now in for the second shot. Solid defensive wall again. Demo on Devo. Relieves pressure for just a moment, but he'll spawn back on the back line. Turbo will put it over to the side. It'll bounce straight back out. Devo looking for it. He'll fall back. Allow Fairy Peak to shoot down. Turbo across the field, 1:30 left to go. And after that initial goal scored in the first 30 seconds, it's been all back and forth here. Neither team with really solid opportunities. Maka with a few decent shots, but shut down by the monster defense from Northern Gaming. They're struggling to get anything on target right now.
The one thing Monket excels at, they have 4 shots on target, and nearly all of them have been massive threats. They definitely seize their opportunities, but they don't continue that pressure on Northern Gaming, so they always have time to recalibrate and figure out how to work together.
Oh, Mystic had a great opportunity there, but he puts it over to the side. Turbo, a lot of space there by Northern Gaming. Fairy Peak lost this one. K-Dop looking for a soft shot. Opts for the top of his car. Fairy Peak in for the shot. He'll tie up the game after pulling out the defense. Mocket's done it. They found the chink in the armor.
This first touch from K-Dop, and then Devo went for it. Remco ended up leaving for boost. I don't know what possessed him to do that. He really had trust in Devo. That first touch from K-Dop, though, fantastically placed, using its car to rotate around and put it towards the back wall.
With 48 seconds left, now it's all tied up. Anybody can take this game, number 4. Double miss in the middle. Devo will take a strong shot towards the goal, but Fairy Peak saving things like he has been all series long. Gets that one away. Remco keeps that pressure on from the corner. Turbo comes in. The great 1-2 pass, and Northern Gaming's back in the lead.
Simple, but it works. You can see even with 33 seconds left, Remco just takes 2 circles in the corner. Centers it once. No, that doesn't work. All right, centers it again. That time Turbo Posta was able to outpace Monket Esports. Will they tie up the series wave?
Masterful play. I could easily see Maka tying this one back up, though. They play it over towards Mystic. They'll drop this one straight down. Remco there. 20 seconds left for Mocket to force overtime with 1 goal. Fairy Peak will put it towards K-Dop. Mystic in the air. Play away. Back up into the wall. Turbo Pulsa down the field. Final countdown. They have to get this out of their own half. K-Dop puts it into the orange. The beginning, is there anybody in the middle? No, it's Turbo Pulsa who interrupts first, final second. They have to keep it in the air. Here's the opportunity though. K-Dop lofts this high. Fairy Peak puts it back in. Can Mystic get there? No, Devo puts it over to the side. They can wrap this back around, but you know Devo's just gonna carry it all the way. Does he do it? He does it in style. The buzzer beater from one end to the other. Devo says goodbye. We've tied it back up.
I can't tell if these teams like each other or not. 1 game for a game, for a game, for a game. They're just gonna trade it back and forth. Either that or they really want this to be the most intense finals we've had so far here at LAN. We've had a bracket reset. Northern Gaming took it 4 games to 2, and now we are tied up 2 games to 2 games. Another 2-goal series though, although that last one,
back and forth, man.
That last goal, I don't really count.
So many games happening here. It's basically a best of 3 at this point. Next 2 wins takes the title. Honestly, I feel the Game 7 coming on right now. They are going back and forth. All of these games so close. Northern Gaming eking out the win after being beaten pretty soundly in the last game by Mocket here. So back and forth. It's just a matter of who is able to make the chess moves around.
And this, if there's anything this series can show you, it's how important it is to never make mistakes. These teams are capitalizing on one tiny mistake for any single team. and it really has been playing the mental game. I don't know why Remco decided to leave net that one time. Devo went up for the save. He had a lot of faith in his teammate, but it's those little tiny hiccups, those little communications. Why didn't Devo get it? Well, it was tough. On the back wall, coming out hard. He wanted to read the bounce. He couldn't get there in time, and Remco opted for boost instead. Now, if he had no boost, I get it. How are you going to save a ball with no boost sitting on the ground? But either way, it's just those tiny little mistakes. They're both trying to find a way to tear into each other one shot at a time.
I think my favorite moment so far from this series was Remco on that wall in the corner, trying to set it up one time. He gets played straight back to him. He just rotates right back around on the wall, plays it straight back into the middle. A beautiful setup. Turbo capitalizes, and so far, we've got a tie series in our grand finals. 2 wins apiece. We'll go into game 5, guaranteed at least game 6. And what is essentially now the best of 3 to win it. Who will it be? Whose year is this? The question on everybody's mind. Both organizations looking for it for so long. Northern Gaming, the dynasty from Europe. One of our big 3 that ended up at LAN. They will try to do it again here. After falling short into 3rd place 2 seasons in a row, they're looking for that title. First 30 seconds come and go quietly in game 5. Remco will try to play this one down. Turbopolsa with the opportunity, but Mystic will shut it down. More pace, more closeness. Able to close it out. Devo, Turbopolsa trying to move out together. Remco on the wall. Or coming out from goal, rather. We'll be able to put it back into the corner. Very peak to try and play this one out. Cheers coming out from the crowd again. We're staying engaged in this match and cheering for these 2 teams, both of them playing so well. Demo and Mystic in the backfield will open up a power play opportunity here, but he'll spawn right back basically in the same place he was demoed. They'll keep moving this one down. Turbopolsa now bouncing around the corner. Again, the defensive rotations, the defensive plays. Neither team wanted to be the one to make the mistake. K-Dop going in the air, but you see both of his teammates positioned so far in the back. You go for an air dribble play like that, it's so easy to immediately get pounced on and get the counterplay going for Northern Gaming. They're gonna hang way far in the back. Neither team wanting to be the one to make the mistake right now.
And one step ahead, we see even out there on defense, Fairy Peak coming out. Oh,
Devo! The defensive plays, they are insane right now. It's been Devo, honestly, on the side of Northern Gaming that's been keeping their goal clean. Fairy Peak's been a big part of it on the other side, but now K-Dop finally gets the opportunity. No one's blocking that one. It's Mocket in the lead.
Here in the name, can't stop the K-Dop for a reason. I don't know if that's the whole name. It's a lot of words, but either way, he's accurate when he gets it. He's able to put it down underneath the defender, and so quick again. Defense to offense, no hesitation. They position up, they take the shots.
Yeah, right now the 1-2 passes are working on both sides of the ball. See if they can keep it up. Remco plays this one across. Devo's coming back from kickoff. He'll pass up to Remco. Great coordination there from the 2 players. Turbopolsa has it into the corner. K-Dop in net. They'll go up onto the wall, allow Mystic to rotate in behind him. That's just 3 players kind of baited into the corner right now by Northern Gaming. The ball's spending so much time here. Mystic, great 50-50 in the air to play that one back into the orange, but Turbopolsa will be able to pick it up because there was no follow-up immediately from Mocket. K-Dop tries to put it through. Turbo over to Devo. Ball spending a lot of time in that orange corner, but Remco not being pulled in. Here he'll move out as his teammates have moved into the blue. K-Dop will stop that one. They have to rotate back. Cross halftime, still just a 1-goal game. Turbopolsa over to Remco. Shot towards the net. K-Dop makes the save in from the side, and they'll go for the transition. Mystic to Fairy Peak. They do not connect, but they do have the ball into the orange corner, and now K-Dop to try and press this one on, keep their advantage going, see if they can get that siege going again, as both these teams have fallen a little bit more back into rotating back and forth, going for counter plays.
They really have, and they get so quickly, make it back to their own nets to get ready for another hard clear, just shoving it right back in their opponents to see how they deal with it.
Does it go in? No, Devo just falls from the heavens like a stone gate, just plopping straight down, says, "You shall not pass," and blocks it back out, and he has the ball back up on offense now. Everybody in the air as the ball does not end up in anybody's net, but 1:28 left to go. Northern Gaming still looking for that first goal in this game.
Right now, Mockets only needed to make 1 save. Northern Gaming has a single shot on net. They are getting stuffed out by Mocket Esports.
Devo, I want to say he has 4 saves. This guy is incredible on the defense right now. I just want to say, in the last grand finals, There was a massive overtime. The longest overtime in RLCS history happened. 7 minutes and some odd seconds. And Devo was playing on Maka Esports at the time. This guy's defensive prowess is what kept that game going on for so long. Flipside pounded so many shots in, and here he's doing it again, but finally Mystic finds another hole in the armor. 50 seconds left, down by 2. It looks like Maka's gonna take the lead again.
This shot needs to get watched. Look at this shot.
Oh my goodness.
Not just was
Perfect.
he able to get the angle, but right in the corner. How would you say that even if you were on the ground? And there again, going straight from midfield, one touch, into the corner, and then another touch into the net. No hesitation. 2 goals up.
Getting it away from Devo. Important right now. Just don't have him be in the net. He is stopping everything. Turbo Pulsa now airborne. Northern Gaming down by 2 with 30 seconds left. Oh, and that's an open net. Can Mystic finish this off? He'll put it in. That's the nail in the coffin for Game 5. Maka Esports going to be taking the lead again here. 30 seconds left. I don't think it's enough for Northern Gaming to come back.
Yeah, I usually wouldn't call it just in case, but with how defensive both of these teams have been playing, Northern Gaming will need to throw everything they can right now at Maka, and I don't think they're going to concede any more than maybe a single goal. But again, trading back and forth in the games, this follows the pattern.
It does, but this pattern means Maka Esports is going to win at this point. If they continue to take the first game, Northern Gaming has to find a way to win 2 in a row at this point if they are going to be able to take it over Maka. Over the European champions. They won the region and now they're looking for the world. Remco gets the Savior medal, but it doesn't matter. Saves don't win you games. Maka Esports 1 game away from being the champions of Season 3. And they know they can taste it.
And these teams, especially Maka, does not perform poorly under pressure. From getting reset, losing games heavily, they still are able to keep their heads up. Mystic, seeking a bit of vengeance against a team that dropped him after last season. Fairy Peak, the confident newcomer, and K-Dop, an experienced player who's looking to finally find that trophy in his hands. They're performing well, but they're still letting games up to Northern Gaming. These games are close. That's the biggest margin we've seen so far this series.
Yes.
3-0.
3-0, 12 shots in total coming out from Maka, only having to make 2 saves to the 10 from Northern Gaming. They had to play so much defense. Devo was half of that here. And these guys, what are they going to do? They have to change it up. They have to be able to create the pressure we saw in the first series. Again, they have to be able to take it to Maka if they want to do it. They have to do it 2 games in a row, because right now, Maka, sitting pretty. They win this next one, they win it all.
And it seems that they are both interrupting each other's plays quite a bit, but Maka can turn it on them so quickly. And it maybe feels that Northern Gaming is struggling a little bit to find themselves in between their opponents. You don't want to allow these passing plays that they're clearly so good at. The placements from all 3 of these players, K-Dop, Mystic, Fairy Peak, impeccable. You can't beat it.
Will this be the last game of the RLCS World Championship Season 3? Or will we get one more? Will we go to the Game 7? I want the Game 7, but I also want to see the best Rocket League we can, and Maka is giving it to us right now. K-Dop and Mystic in the back here. We'll try to play it away. And I want to hear this great crowd and the way that they have been cheering all weekend long. These guys are so close to being the champions. Can they do it here? Will Northern Gaming take us to the Game 7? Turbo Pulsa to drop it through, trying to make the run, but Remco will play it in the back corner. The 3rd man back, he'll sweep it over the top of 2. Now he's got ball control and got Devo in support off to the side.
Nice contest.
Go high, Devo looking for the opportunity. Nobody on the backboard, but 3 players miss. The ball just goes out into the middle. Turbo has to sweep into the back. They'll try to reset. Get it over the top of Fairy Peak's good, but K-Dop's right there. A lot of time to read that one, and he'll be able to put it in the orange.
Fairy Peak retreating back the moment that they did lose control. Just smart on him, but again, playing the safe card instead.
Remco moving down the field with the ball, but just underneath it, airborne. Devo takes a shot, and Fairy Peak will get the save. It's been Devo and Fairy Peak on the defense for of their respective teams. First minute comes and goes quietly, but here comes Northern Gaming threatening to score early here in Game 6. Turbo pulls it to try and wrap it around. Devo now down the field. Drops, cannot make contact. Fairy Peak will shoot it into the corner. Turbo Pulsa back. Mystic now, and then Devo. Trading, alternating touches here between the teams. Either team able to gain full ball control right now. They play the counter game, they play the clear game. Turbo Pulsa puts this one high. Remco's up, he should be able to make it, but no, Mystic comes from the side. The lateral saves have been happening all series long. Devo's gonna try and make it happen again, but now K-Dop shoots it away. He's out in the middle, and Turbo Pulsa shoots down the field towards the goal. Mystic one more time, saves it away. The defense has been the story all season long, all series long here, and Mystic is keeping it alive. We're scoreless with 3:05 left to go.
Somehow able to pull it off, and you can tell that the moment a single ball goes unanswered on the backboard, it's a massive threat. Northern Gaming with 3 incredible shots, but still, Maget Esports defense is nothing to laugh at.
But right now, Northern Gaming is doing the thing that made them so deadly in the first series. They have been on offense for so long now. Maget, feeling those nerves you were talking about, turtling up on the defense. They have to be able to break out and score. Right now, it's all Northern Gaming. That whiff could be a big part of it, though. Fairy Peak, he's already got K-Dop up in advance. He'll look to pinch in the corner. That's 2 players that had to commit for this. This is not solid play right now from Northern Gaming. They'll get out of it unscathed, but those sorts of mistakes are the things that Maget has been capitalizing on all series long.
They have had full control. 6 shots for Northern Gaming and a single shot for Maget Esports, but they seem to be trusting their saves. Only 3 of the shots have needed to be saved from net.
Fairy Peak able to play that one away, but Devo keeps the pressure on. Turbo Pulsa to wrap that one beautifully around the corner. And it'll go back in the other direction. Good clear to break up the offensive rotation. Northern Gaming has to reset here. Devo's going to try and slow this one down in front of him, but Fairy Peak coming in to tackle. What a great play there by Turbo Pulsa. This gets one into the back. It's off the target. Remco and Devo very closely, tightly positioned there, looking for a bounce. Now this one dropping down. Oh, will they go in? No, the very close situation there. Maget not able to get the goal. Northern Gaming count their lucky stars. That one did not go in, but now Devo going for the fake plays. Can he get this one all the way through? He's got it onto the backboard, uncontested. It'll drop in front of the box, and K-Dop gets the clear, keeping that one away. 1:28 left to go. We are getting so close, and at this point, Maget, they score 1 goal. That could be the difference maker, but Devo in the air to try and drop it down. He does not manage to get it in the goal. Even though they had the bully in the net, it did not matter. Maget trying to play this one back out.
This could be it. Only one player from Maget has boost.
Oh! He gets it through! Remco puts it in! 109's all he's got to do to hold on.
K-Dop was the only player from Maget with boost for the last 20 seconds. And finally, Northern Gaming were able to push it through. Remco, the solo play all the way up, trying to tie up the series, bringing it to Game 7.
109 on the clock. We've seen Maget do this so many times already. Can Northern Gaming hold on this time, or will Maget send them home right now? It's K-Dop in the air, out to Fairy Peak. Remco in the back, waiting for Devo. Allow Turbo to stay up in the net. Close play there as Devo puts it over to the side. Turbo Pulsa in the back. He's gonna come out of net. Remco rotates in behind him. Mystic now in the air to try and create pressure. A bit of turtling right now from Northern Gaming. The ball spending a lot of time in their half in this final minute. But Devo will put this one high. He'll follow it up himself into the corner. K-Dop to try and play it around. Past Turbo. Remco, the pressure's on. 2 players pinch this one all the way down. It's Devo in the back who has to make the play. He'll put it over the 1 player, but then there's Mystic in to take a shot. Remco puts it up. It's back into the box. Turbo will be able to clear it away. 15 seconds remaining. Turbo's got it past the whole team. Can he put in a securing goal here? No, he gets demoed, removed from the field. 10 seconds remaining though. We've seen a buzzer beater get carried all the way by Northern Gaming. Can Maget do it, or will we go to Game 7? They're right there in front of the goal. Remco makes a save, but there's still the threat in the back. It'll drop down. Will it touch? No, they keep it alive. It's still up. Fairy Peak's in the air. It does not go through. Turbo Pulsa clears it away. So close here from Maget. They want it right now, but no, it will touch. We will have Game 7 in our second best of 7.
Fighting till the very end. Northern Gaming still stay alive, trading game for game. As far as the pattern's concerned, the next game would go to Maget Esports, but I think they both know the pressure is on. Any tiny mistake from here on out, they know the pressure is going to just build up too much. 1 goal game. Every single game in this series has been so immensely close.
The first final we had stayed in the first best of 7. It was A by Power won it in 6 games. I kind of want to say, I don't know this for sure, I feel like even in 2 series here, we've had less goals than we had in that 1 6-game series. This has been so defensive. Northern Gaming wins it with 1 goal here, and we have said that so many times already in this 2 best-of-7s right now. It might be 1 goal that decides the championship as we go into Game 7, where it is all on the line.
I can feel so much. I can't tell if I'm sweatier than they are. They're probably sweatier than me, to be completely honest. But right now, you can tell the crowd wants it. They want to know who goes home with the trophy. Who is going to be our crown champions today?
We are about to find out. Rocket League's a 5-minute game. Make some noise, Los Angeles. In 5 minutes, we will find out who is our champion. Northern Gaming, Mocket Esports, they've both been close, but they've never been this close. 1 game can decide it all, and we'll stay on Urban Central to find out who are the winners. It'll be Mystic going for the kickoff for the side of Mocket. Devo wins the first touch, but the final one by Fairy Peak over the top. K-Dop now into the side. Can he finish this off? No, it'll be Remco around the edge, and the crowd lighting up for Northern Gaming right now. Finding a new favorite after losing all their North American sweethearts. They will cheer for these guys as long as they can. Mocket, though, trying to do what they could not do last season and win it. K-Dop takes the upside-down shot. It doesn't go in, but Devo will play this one back out to midfield, and now Fairy Peak back down the field. I love these guys playing more aggressive. We got a game on our hands, Carpet.
They both seem to have woken up. The fire's been lit. This is the final game. Whoever wins this will take home the trophy. They will be our crown champions.
We got Remco in the back. Turbo Pulsa in support in the mid. Moving into the corner, Devo on the side wall. He'll move up first. Put it in front of the net. Mystic with the clear. Now Remco moves in for Turbo. They'll fall back as K-Dop is able to put it over the top. Turbo in the back will look to play this off the wall. Solid touch back into the blue, but no immediate support as the touch was so strong. Mystic was able to be there. Now Devo shot down the field. Remco demoed in his own backfield. He'll just spawn in the back again. Be able to get the clear off to the side. Close one there. Savior medal for Remco in the first minute and 15 seconds. This game, as much as it has been aggressive already, still staying true to the story of the match. Defensive game all the way.
They really haven't, but Mocket seemed to be coming out really strong. Mystic used a lot of boost for that. He needs to be careful. Can he get back on defense? Turbo almost with a solo play.
Taking the shot. Devo sets it up for Remco. He's airborne and puts it onto the corner. It drops down, and Devo tries to make contact but does not make the touch. Be up on the wall, wrap him back around. Back into the middle. Remco airborne, taking a shot towards the net. Mystic with the save off to the side. And Turbo Pulsa will take another one. Into the net. Can Devo be there? He puts it through. The 1-2 pass again strikes, and Northern Gaming has the lead.
After getting a reset, will they be able to continue this? Mystic and Fairy Peak bumping into each other, both going for the Spider-Man save, and Devo capitalizes over K-Dop. The first goal goes to Northern Gaming.
The crowd erupts for Devo, the master player. Can he continue to carry his team, or will the European MVP of K-Dop be able to get the vengeance to tie this game back up? K-Dop over the top will take a shot towards the net. Soften off to the side, Turbo Pulsa with the clear, Remco with the follow-up touch after Fairy Peak intercepted. And carry towards the net, goes off to the side. Fairy Peak now trying to pass to Mystic, bit of confusion there on Mocket. Fairy Peak will have to move this one out by himself. He gets it past Remco, but Turbo Pulsa kills it in the corner. Devo makes a quick drift turn and now turns it back around. They'll reverse their rotational direction, and that one will be played high by K-Dop. Remco now into the midfield. Turbo lurking in the back. Again, the breakaways. Both teams terrified of a random pinch deciding their fate. As Mystic tries to shoot this one down, Remco's loose in net. Be able to shoot that one away. Devo will play it across the field. We're up past halftime in the final game. The grand finals here in Los Angeles. Only 1 goal been scored. It could be enough. It was enough in Game 6. This ball spends time in the orange corner. Fairy Peak looks to set it up, but misses the touch. Turbo Pulsa will try to capitalize. He'll pounce on that immediately, moving it back downfield. K-Dop to clear across his own net, and Devo is there, ready to put it back into the middle. The shot goes through, but does not make contact with the net. It goes wide. Now Turbo and Remco both up on the wall. Devo's got to be careful in the back. He's going to have 3 Maka players breathing down his neck. Here they come. He's got to make the clear. He makes the defensive play. He's such a monster. The breakaway goes to the other side. 1:25 left on the clock, and it's still the 1-goal game.
Maka needs to turn it up. They can't play safe anymore. They might have to dedicate more than they're comfortable with, but this could be it. This could be the end of them.
Devo to follow it on the wall. Turbo pulls to lurking in the middle. Available for the pass. He'll move up and contest on the wall as well. Now K-Dop downfield, slowly, methodically moving this ball into the orange half is Mocket right now. As Devo puts it over the side. Fairy Peak to Mystic. Can they connect on the pass? It's intercepted by Remco and back into the blue. Final minute of Game 7. The winner takes home the title of World Champion. And Devo to pinch it out to Turbo. The pass across the field. They're playing keep away. If they run down this clock, they win the World Championship. Remco into the corner. We see Mocket needing a goal. They have to score to be able to take this one to Northern Gaming right now. K-Dop over to Fairy Peak. 30 seconds remaining. Devo to loft it high. 1 goal for Northern Gaming could secure the game right now as Turbo puts it into the corner again. They're just clearing it over and over again, up and into the back. 17 seconds left here for Mocket. They need this so desperately to get out of their half. Fairy Peak gets it over the top, but there's Remco shutting it down. The final countdown of the final game of the World Series here. Devo to try and put it through. Cannot make contact. Remco to shut it down. Will it touch? Fairy Peak carries it high. 1 goal can still tie the game, but Devo will let it touch. And Northern Gaming has done it when they could not for the last 2 seasons. The world champion here in Los Angeles. 3rd place, 2 seasons in a row. And without their star maestro, they come through with Turbo and win what nobody else could.
Devo making himself a household name in Season 2. He proceeds to, in the grand final, still bring out one of his famed double tap goals, play well for his team. Both of these teams played so safe. They really tried to slow it down. They wanted full control, but in the end, Northern Gaming came out on top. Another single goal game.
The single goal games, the entire series long. These teams playing so defensively, and look at the love on both sides. Defending Europe, it is Northern Gaming's year, the dynasty in flux. We didn't know if they could do it with Turbo, and they did that and more. They made it all the way here to the finals. And look at these champions, ladies and gentlemen.
Living in the shadows of Flipside Tactics, Remco now must feel so good. He's able to pull it on top and with a sub. I cannot believe it. I wonder how Maestro feels right now.
Imagine Maestro has to be so happy for his teammates. And how does Turbo feel knowing that he got to play on this stage at the last possible moment? He gets alerted that this is going to be his role. And here he is carrying his team all the way and doing what none other could. Here they go, my ladies and gentlemen, your world champions, Northern Gaming. Let's send it over to Joey.
All right, guys, I'm here with our world champions. First off, I would like to ask each of you guys separately, first thoughts right now. How does this feel?
I don't know what to say. I actually don't know what to say. It feels fantastic to be able to win this tournament all the way through the lower bracket. I'm super happy right now. It's actually crazy.
Oh. They love you. They love you. All right, how does it feel?
I have no words. I didn't expect to get this far, so that's great. It's a great feeling.
There it is. Turbo, how's it feel? A little speechless? All right, guys. Well, this is insane. You guys hard-fought battles all the way through, and from where you guys were to today's plays were incredible. And to see you guys you just started heating up and you just started to get rolling. And then before you knew it, everyone's just thinking this is going to be a bracket reset. Were you guys feeling that way when you got into that first series before the reset? What was that like when you guys took that?
You mean against Rogue or against Mocket, the first series?
The first against Mocket, yeah.
I don't know, I was still really nervous after the first series, because what if they would win the second best of 7? I don't know, they played really well, even in the first series. I'm surprised we got so many games off of them, because their rotation is like nearly perfect. Everything they do is really good usually, and even if they won, they would have deserved it 100%.
Very good to hear. Now, Devo, I've got a kind of interesting question for you. I was speaking, as you guys know, OC's first appearance on the stage, and I was talking to Yummy Cheese Man. He said that the Devo is what they call a double tap goal, and I just wanted to know what you think of that and what you think of that.
Well, to have something named over me, it's very good for me. Yeah, I've come speechless right now.
All right. Now, last but not least, Turbo. Subbing in and showing people that not only can you play, but you can play well on this stage. What's it like subbing in and doing what you did, winning a world championship?
I don't know. I must have knew over 0 in the house.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Well, I have some medals for you, I believe. Let's see. I just got in, and our MVP for the championship is Devo. All right, guys. So, Devo, you're the MVP of the entire tournament. Any final words for that?
Thanks for cheering for us. Yeah.
Well done, boys. I'm not going to take any more of your time. Go grab your trophy again for everybody. Enjoy.
What an incredible moment here at the Wiltern in Los Angeles. The entire season building up to this moment. Your world champions, Northern Gaming. And honestly, celebrations across the board. OCE, the new region, coming into the RLCS, showing up in a huge way all weekend long. You had North America and Europe, the gap getting ever closer. NRG making their run throughout the entire tournament, getting into 3rd place. And honestly, a grand final that I know I will not forget anytime soon, and I know everyone here at the Wiltern won't forget anytime soon, and everyone watching online, and just an iconic moment here at the Rocket League Championship Series, World Championships. Once again, congratulations to Northern Gaming. We're back here at the desk. Guys, I am so full of emotion right now. I'm trying to hold myself together here, but Northern Gaming, led by Devo, coming through. Your world champions.
And the best moment, not even Game 7, seeing all those players come back, all smiles for Northern Gaming, all these teams are friends, and Devo, I think he needs a hashtag Devo things. He might steal from Jacob. what a performance from him. Turbo coming in as the sub, playing out of his mind, and Remco leading the team, telling Devo, don't worry, I'll play defense, and you can do whatever you want.
I was so happy to see there. We finished off on Urban Central. Yes, it was the night version, but that was the map we started on 8 years ago. We get to finish Season 3 on it, and the trophy goes back to Europe.
And again, Devo, he was on that stage in Amsterdam on that Mocket team, finally able to convert to a world championship, and those other teammates there. Turbo coming in as the substitute, such a huge deal.
Really, Devo should share that MVP award with Turbo Pulsa. Turbo coming in, like he said, as an over-zero, as a sub, having to step up on this stage in the grand finals, and really he performed so incredibly. Devo doing Devo things, and Remco, the captain of the squad, just everyone as a unit coming out and getting this win. Huge congratulations to Northern
So
Gaming.
happy for them, but also Mocket, bringing it all the way to 7 games. So close. We had Mystic. He got dropped from Northern Gaming. He brought it all the way down to 7. He actually beat them in the semifinals with a Game 7 goal. So these two teams are so close, and they'll just have to wait till next year.
And you could just tell how emotional they were in that post-game interview there. I think all of them said some sort of speechless definition there, and honestly, like, what words do you say in that moment? So just huge congratulations to Northern Gaming. But let's take a look at the highlights from that last match in the form of the Mobile One High Performance Replay. Northern Gaming, your world champion.
And once again, we just see a defensive clinic by both teams. And sometimes people get a little bored by a 1-0 game. I absolutely love them. That is the perfect Rocket League win. It's so hard to score. Turbo scoring the game winner there. Devo doing Devo things. They all went off.
If you ever want to learn positioning, this is the series you go and watch. The final 30 seconds for Northern Gaming, they just sat in defense. They held the ball in their opponent's half, consistently defending the middle ground. And it was like that for a full 40 seconds. That is how they won the championship, by keeping cool, calm, and collected.
And so many one-goal games, game after game, just one goal being that difference. Every single member of Northern Gaming had an iconic game for themselves. That play by Remco, 2v1 getting that. Devo coming up, getting these goals after goal after goal. Some of the shots that he had, insane. Really, Northern Gaming, every single one of them should be proud of their performance.
But at the same time, don't count out Mock. We see Mystic with 6 goals out of the 9, playing against the team that he so desperately wanted to beat. And it was this close for them, and just barely not getting it.
1 goal, you said it yourself, between each of these teams. That is the level we are reaching at this game. A mistake can cost you everything, and teams are ready to pounce, and we're barely getting started. I still don't think the skill season is even close to being reached.
I think that's a great point. It's a testament just to how highly skilled these teams are, how closely matched they are. That is truly a grand final that could have gone either way. I think it was Remco, he said in an interview, luck is a little bit of a factor here and there. So just huge congratulations to both of these two teams reaching the grand finals, 2 of the best teams in the world, and we're going to see a lot more of them as the RLCS continues. But it's time to announce your Old Spice Player of the Day, and I'll give you one guess.
Devo?
Devo is your Old Spice Player of the Day. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Devo.
And what a run they had. They played, what, 4 series today? And they didn't get tired at all. Devo, he started pulling off Devo things, and that was the difference against these extremely tough defensive players.
Oh,
like
that
play
ball
right
reset.
There.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely insane. And that is the difference for Northern Gaming. In 7 games, 1 goal. I say it was Devo.
Yeah, Devo is one of those players, he does not read the game, he writes it. And that is the reason why he plays so well, because he understands almost everything perfectly. There is no fault to this man's play.
And with the acquisition of Devo, he was formerly on Mocket last season. Northern Gaming picks him up, and now Northern Gaming is now the dynasty in Europe.
So we see all these goals. He had so many incredible saves as well throughout the last 2 series, just coming off the ceiling. He's just dropping down and surprising Wavefunk every single time. And then playing against Energy, scoring 7 goals in that series against the best defense in the entire world. Devo was a monster.
What an amazing performance from Devo. He came so close in Amsterdam, finally able to bring his team to victory. And again, a bunch of credit to his team, Rocket League, such a team game. Devo able to work with his teammates to become that Old Spice Player of the Day. Don't smell yourself short. Once again, congratulations to Devo as we see some more shots of your world champions, Northern Gaming.
They just played amazing. They are on cloud 9 right now. They are having a blast, and I'm just so happy for them. Like, I don't even want to be up here anymore. I want to go down there and go hug them.
Congratulate them, yes.
And especially Remco, because
he's a good-looking guy.
Well, we are about to sign off here as we are concluding our World Championship event, but what an honor and what an amazing weekend it has been. Guys, final thoughts, reflections on this World Championship event?
I love this community. I love these crowds. I love these players. It's always a blast coming out for a week to just hang out with everyone and have a great time. Like this, these are my people. And including all of you guys, all the casters, it's been a crazy season. I can't wait for season 4.
I'm with you, buddy.
Yep, I had to, I came out for 6 weeks with you guys, just casting the whole thing. It's been absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much. I still can't believe I get to do this. Yeah, it's just...
I want one. Come on, give me one too.
I mean, you're the one that got me the job, so I still can't believe it. Thank you so much.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Huge thank you to everyone watching online. We're setting records here, and this is just the beginning. Thank you to everyone here in the venue as well. You guys have been such an amazing crowd, and if you've been here the entire weekend, you are super awesome. And again, we got so much more coming your way. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, all the other commentators as well. What an epic event here. And once again, congratulations to every team involved in the World Championships or the Rocket League Championship Series, and especially to your world champions, Northern Gaming. Give it up for Rose!
Situation they find themselves in. Farah, long pass straight over into the corner. There is a shot from Siki. Great right there, like Wilson. Keeps his team in. Here's Snappy, puts on target, and he's found the net. 3 goals up with only 30 seconds. Have leftovers. Team that came from nowhere. Nobody wanted them, but they are going to take out the world champions. For OCE players, the King players, the leftovers have done it. Watch that kid.
And his touch is not as strong, but luckily for him, these 2 other players are doing a fantastic job. As the ball steered in. Remco does it! Oh my goodness, I cannot believe they were able to pull this out.
We're gonna move up, but he misses contact. Now K-Dop has the opportunity to score, but Garrett G, the wall of defense, can he do it again? No! Mystic puts it in, and Mocket has the lead. It'll touch the ground, and Mocket will finish at least top 2. They are through to the grand final.
It's exactly that. They're sitting back. You can see Fireburner with some hesitation. A guy that never lose 50-50s, Devo, gonna get a goal over the top. They're moving on to the grand finals to face Mocket Esports.
These are your top 6 Rocket League players in the world at this very moment, getting ready to go for this grand final.
Turbo with a long shot from midfield. K-Dop with the save. He's going to look to set it up his teammates again. Keep the offensive going. Remco in the air. He'll finally break. It took the team pass, but Northern Gaming's now up by 2 games. But Devo will let it touch, and